Well, we're back. I'm Ralph Cianciarulo.
And I'm Vicki Cianciarulo.
And we want to thank you again for last year's success on the Archer's Choice. You know, without you viewers and our sponsors, none of this would be possible.
This year, we have another whole season to go through and lots of exciting footage.
I mean, we've got new footage, new experiences, new adventures, new ups and downs, and well, same old life.
Anyways, we're going to get right into the hunting. We're going to keep him from talking as much this year, and let's go hunting.
Approximately 180 miles northwest of Churchill, Manitoba, the polar bear capital of the world, North Seal River Lodge, home of Canadian subarctic hunting with Ken Gangler, is set up on this remote fringe of woodlands and tundra, giving us a chance to hunt bears that may have never seen a human. What can we say? The main lodge is awesome, and everything in between, from their own landing strip in the middle of the bush to the entire little village that they've carved out to meet all the needs of their ever-growing client base. You must see it to believe it. This is home of caribou, moose, wolf, and a lot of wild and crazy bears. Blondes, chocolates, cinnamons, blacks, chocolate with cinnamon, and every color you could ever hope for. Most of these bears up here have never even seen a human, let alone someone in Realtree camo with Hoyt bows in their hands. This is the first night up here with Canadian Subarctic Adventures. Ken Gangler's unbelievable Canadian wilderness bear camp. This bear came in less than an hour from when we got in the stand. Dean dropped us off. It was totally by boat. We are not 10 yards off the lake here. This bear came in, and he's been in all night. He literally fell asleep at the bait. And I'll tell you what, I never thought popcorn would work on bears. Was I wrong? What was so cool this evening, he had a wolf come through. We actually captured it on camera. A beautiful white wolf. And I mean, just 33 yards out, and just, wow.
We'll be right back with more of the Archer's Choice.
We're in one of the most remote areas of North America, northern Manitoba, and our area extends all the way up to the edge of the tree line. This is 240 miles from the closest road. I have an area at 7,200 square miles. What we do within that area is we're on our trophy management system. We run 6 different camps, with each area drawing about 100 to 200 square miles each. I only put 4 to 6 hunters per year through each area, and that's to ensure that all of my hunters get a chance at a big trophy bear. We've got a vast 7,200 square mile area up in northern Manitoba, which has never been hunted before until we opened it, and we offer hunting for big trophy bears, colored bears, central barren ground caribou, and big moose. We're on our trophy management system, and we have opportunities I just don't think you're going to see anywhere else.
Now let's check out what Stan has to say about taking care of your bear hides. Stan, you guys are doing something different here with your blackbirds than we've seen in other bear camps. What are you doing?
Well, okay, once the bear's taken, it's really important that we get it cooled down. And the best thing to do that we find that works really well to keep the hair from slipping and everything is to lay the bear out flat, and we kind of fold it in half, and that way we'll cool it probably for about 12 hours that way. That way it gets to cool completely through the whole hide and the head. And then what we'll do is we'll roll it up, and then we'll freeze it completely after that.
This is a great tip. One of the things that you guys are doing up here, you guys are going that extra mile to make sure that the hides, no matter what animals I'm sure you guys are hunting, you guys are taking care of the hides and making sure that everything's going smooth and they don't get spoiled at all.
Exactly, and we believe that when the hunter gets home, he wants a quality rug or whatever.
Right.
And
he spent the money to come on a hunt, and he wants to go home with his trophy, and his trophy's well taken care of up here at Canadian Subarctic Hunting.
You betcha.
Great, thank you. That was one heck of an experience.
I mean, to see that, I mean, that's what hunting's all about. To witness stuff like that in person is just
You better
awesome.
believe it. Now, should we get back to the hunt?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
scouts are coming. I just shot a nice brown bear. Right here. He spun around, ran, and I heard him fighting branches. Running that way. Listen, the reason we didn't track this thing with the camera is we left Vicki up in a stand because total havoc occurred. He ran about maybe 60 yards or less. The problem is another bear, a big black, came in and took him, was dragging him through the timber. When we were on the blood trail, we all of a sudden, this bear started going nuts. He wouldn't leave my bear, and all he was doing was shaking it and everything. I'm telling you what, Ken Gangler's Canadian Subarctic Adventures is truly an adventure because these bears are just, I can't believe what these bears, I mean. If there's anything I've learned being up here in Manitoba with Canadian Subarctic Adventures and hunting is your bears are nuts. I mean, they're crazy.
No, they're not scared.
What about that, huh? Was that an exciting hunt or
That was a
what?
beautiful, beautiful chocolate bear.
Thank you. You know, when that blonde jumped up on your stand, you know, I was
scared tar out of me.
Well, I was thinking about pushing. just
Yeah,
so you know,
thanks.
insurance.
Thanks. Well, let me tell you, when you went to go do the recovery on your bear,
All of our travels, I have never been in a situation like that. My bear went down fast, and the next thing we know is it was a big old black boar that just...
and I have to tell you, I went to the boat. I didn't even want to go. You better believe it. Those bears are insane up there.
These bears are nuts. They're crazy. They're wild. And I'm telling you what, they get your heart flowing like...
Yeah, but now let's check out Spence. He's on another active bait, and let's see what he's got going on.
Whew.
Over here, cinnamon and a black. There's another bear over there. We walked into the stand and there was 3 bears at 9:30 in the morning. Unbelievable.
Let's not waste any more time. Let's get back with Spence because he's just about getting ready to draw.
Perfect. That bear's dead. Get your bear. Congratulations.
Whew. Thank you.
Good job.
What a job of guiding. You're the man. Boy, this is a beautiful brown blonde. I was just so excited when I saw this bear. Luckily, it stayed around us for about 10 minutes eating. Got a chance to calm down, made a real good shot. Ran about 30 yards, did a backflip, 3 groans, and it was all over. We dragged him out, just brought him out here, and the sun's right. We're going to take a couple of still photos in a few minutes, and just want to show you this beauty, which very soon I hope will be adoring the floor of my house. Great bear, love it.
Beautiful trophy, Spence, and you know what?
Beautiful color. And Kathy's going to be happy with that one.
Yep. You know, hunting up there with Canadian Subarctic hunting with Ken Gangler, we've traveled all over it, and I can honestly say we have never seen bears like that
The
before.
bears are insane up there. I wish we had a 3-4 hour TV show where
I
we
mean,
could
just-
show you the footage of the bears and the reactions.
And everywhere. I mean, just for example, what about all the bears right at camp?
Yeah, check this out. Well, Spence, last night when we came back from hunting, we had these bear tracks coming in, and they went right to the cabins.
That was something. Yeah. Well, what size bear do you think that is? Doesn't look like too big.
It's not too big. It was, in fact, it's just a young bear, is what we're guessing. Last night, he had come back in. Right, it was almost dark, and he had pulled a bucket of grease over behind the cabins, and he's starting to root it up, starting to dig it all up now. And so that's one of the things up here with Ken Gangler up in Manitoba is that, I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. And this is one of the things that we have to deal with in camp. You need to be a little more careful, I guess, with where we're putting like the grease buckets and just even all our food and everything else. And the guides here, Dean and Kip, they've got big, looks like nails, bed nails, up underneath all the windows to try keeping the bears out of the cabin.
Yeah, but when no one's looking, I've been taking that bear scent and squirting about 20 yards from my window.
Oh no! Oh no!
I did.
I don't think
I scented it, and I really did put it there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wasn't Tony a little farther away, but
Oh no!
they're trying to keep away. I'm trying to come on.
And now we know why we have bear tracks there, Spence. Let's go get going. Did you really?
I did.
Oh no. And now for the time that we've all been waiting for. Again, no, we're not cutting it off.
Why don't you go?
It's my
Take
turn.
a break. Go to the fridge.
And
You don't need it. It's not important.
No. We sat this bait site. We had a sow in there all the time, but they kept telling us that there's a big bear in there. They just know it. I mean, we saw the sign. There's definitely sign in there of big bears.
There's a lot of sign.
Bait's not 15 yards off the water.
No.
Take a boat up there, and boom, it's there. We come to bait the one day.
We didn't even have time to get set up. I mean, I jump off to tie the rope, and I look up, and there's the black bear on the, at the site, and I realize the bear lifts his head and looks at Vic, it ain't that bear. It ain't that bear. I mean, let's go. So, I mean, we scrambled. We didn't get the mics. Vicky tried to take the shot from him, couldn't. She climbed up the stand. I stayed on the ground. I mean, you've got to see this to believe it.
One of the things here up at Canadian Subarctic Hunting is that you've got almost daylight 24 hours a day. Yeah, maybe 20 hours out of the 24. The bears are active all day long. Right now, it's about 9:45. We're gonna go out and sit on a stand. I know most bear hunts, you hunt in the evenings and that's about it, but they have bears coming in all the time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go across the lake. I guess we have about a half-hour ride in the boat, across the lake to where they got another bait set up, and they said they saw chocolate around there, so we'll keep my fingers crossed. Maybe I can get one. Ready? Come on. He's down already. He's down already. He's down already. Oh my God. Positive. Well, I just don't want. Oh my God.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
I'm almost. Oh, look at this. Look at this beast. Oh my gosh. He's got his canines. He's got no canine. Look at this. It's gone. This other one's chipped off. Hi, buddy. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this hog. Now this is bear hunting at its best. I did it again. I did it again.
Yeah, you did. You know, folks, what do you think about that? I mean, I shot a great bear. Spence got a beautiful color, and
I shot an awesome bear.
anybody could hit a big, old, slow-moving, giant-headed, bucket-head bear. I mean, that's not a
exactly
challenge.
what he was.
I mean,
he
it's
was a
just...
big, bucket-headed bear.
Hey, we want to thank Ken Gingler at Subarctic Adventures. And after the show, stay on because you can see all the information. And remember this, you know, in today's society, we are losing the battle when it comes to hunting. And one thing is the baiting issue. Check out your local and your national legislation. Be part of it, because if all of us stick together, we have this for all the kids in the future. Until next week.
Same time,
Same station.
right here on the Archer's Choice.
We're hunting the redheads.
You better be talking about turkeys.
Oh, of course, honey. You know me.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
You know, we headed down, got rid of all the cold weather, headed down to Florida with Happy Kempfer of Osceola Outfitters. And let me tell you something. You know, people, true turkey hunters, I mean, when they're going for their slam, you know, Osceola, everyone you hear about it, Osceola's probably one of the toughest.
The hardest ones to get, yeah.
Yep, and
a big part of it's private land.
right, a lot of it is, I mean, it's, the bird is in central Florida and maybe a little southern, but I mean, that's it.
Right.
So it makes it, it's an isolated subspecies, but turkeys, oh my gosh.
Happy and on the Kemper farms, on their family farm, they have a ton of them.
They have so many that, folks, even I can get one. We love redheads. Turkey, that is. Osceola, one of the hardest subspecies of turkeys to hunt for here in North America. Why? It's not that they're any tougher than a wise old Eastern. You don't have to chase up and down the canyons like with the Merriams. The terrain that most reels call home is dry. And believe us, there is nothing dry about hunting the Osceola down in what would be considered a very small region of the country. Florida is where the subspecies lives and calls home, nestled amongst the palm meadows, cypress heads, and open fields. So in other words, yes, we did find a place that even I can get an Osceola gobbler with my bow. The place is Osceola Outfitters, in the middle of some of the finest turkey hunting anywhere in North America. Happy Kempfer, who knows his birds, deer, gators, and hogs like no one else we've ever met, is always pumped up to get you on the 25,000 private acre farm. And he knows what it takes to get you close, real close, super close. Well, close enough for even me to slam one of those magnificent birds.
Actually, the ranch has been in the family's name since the late 1800s. And here at Osceola Outfitters, you'll be hunting on private land and only private land. And our hogs are very plentiful because we manage the wildlife here on the ranch. We do hunts for not only wild boar, but alligators, white-tailed deer, and the Osceola turkey.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice.
Can you believe we're sitting in our double bull blind? We got Hoppy next to us. We got beautiful, I mean, just everything around us. And she's got like 3 town loads of birds in front of her to choose from. This just ain't fair. He's down. He's down. I just shot my first turkey down here in Florida. 30 yards shot. Less than how far I had to shoot him.
Now that's Italian.
And then that hog. It was. I thought, okay, turkey, hog.
He's going to come up here, smell it, blow, run everything off.
Look at that. Nice big beard on him.
These guys right here.
Oh, I didn't even notice those. Good spurs on him. Beautiful bird. Oh, my first Osceola. Look at that.
To get him with a bow.
To get him with a bow yet. Beautiful. Wow. Well, thank you so much again, Hoppy.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
Black his cherries are.
Did you see that shot that I put on that bird?
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, I know that's a long shot for a turkey, but wow, I pinned him. He went down. That's my first Osceola. I'm pretty excited about it. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you should be.
Okay, well, listen, I won't brag anymore. I want to talk about Sage. This next hunt
Yeah, let's
you guys
talk
are gonna
more
watch,
about Sage. What do you think, huh?
This next hunt we're going to watch is Hoppy's son Sage. He's 6 years old, and he's going to go out and take his first Osceola, I believe, with his crossbow.
Can you believe it? You gotta watch this hunt.
Sage, he was a little unsure where to shoot it in the body, so we're gonna try to take a head and neck shot today. I told him it's either gonna be hit or miss. We've got this bow sighted in 20 yards. It's dead on the money. You feel like you can hit a turkey in the head or neck with it? Yeah. Okay. Stay with us. We've got the blind all set up here. We kind of helped camouflage it with some palmettos. We're gonna see if we can call a turkey in.
Take your time. That's when he stops. You put it right on his rib and his neck. Keep the Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
You know, talking about Sage and watching him in the field like that, we want to commend Hoppy and all the parents out there that get their children involved in the outdoors. See, I mean, whether it's with a gun a bow, a crossbow, it shouldn't matter. Folks, let's get them outside, get them away from the TV sets playing all their little computer games, get them off the computers, and get them out here, because you do that, you got nothing to worry about.
All right, this is what, you're gonna think I'm nuts, but I think this is what just happened. Sage shot this turkey. He's hit him in the neck. We saw the feather, I seen feathers fly. Is that where you think you hit him, in the neck?
Yes.
All right, it didn't break his neck. The turkey flew. I saw him go up in a tree, 100, 125 yards away. We sit here watching. I'm just thinking, well, maybe we nicked him or something. Let's just see what happens. We heard a few odd noises come out of the turkey. Wasn't sure it was a turkey at first at all. All of a sudden, we see the turkey come down, but he's not flying good. He just comes straight down, and we hear a big thump over here. All we can do is go around there and see if we've got the turkey. That turkey was right there in that pine tree. And I saw him come down. He's in these bushes right here somewhere. Why don't you go this way? I'll walk right up through here, okay? How about that, buddy, Ro?
There he is, Ralph.
Who, Ralph? Ralph? Think Ralph will be tickled for you? He did. He fell right out of the pine. Right there's the pine. Just like we thought. Big old boy right here. Look at there. Look.
Yeah.
You'd have been a half inch over, you'd have broke his neck.
You go, Sage.
You're the man.
I'm telling you, that little guy put a hurt on that redhead.
He
there.
sure did. And let me tell you, Hoppy, we commend you for taking Sage out there and getting him out there in the woods, like all the fathers and mothers should be doing with their kids.
Absolutely. You know, it's amazing to see. I mean, look at the thrill. You don't get that playing a game on the computer or playing TV. That's what this sport is all about.
You better believe it. And now, I guess you're about ready. Is it your turn? Do you want to go hunting?
Yes, I'm dying to go hunting.
And did you have a good time down there?
Absolutely. I had a blast. I mean...
A blast. Okay, no, you didn't have a shotgun. You had your bow. How many times did that bow go?
But wait a minute. You've got to understand that I am very, I try to get as much out of the experience as I possibly can. So I'll shoot like above them, I'll shoot below them, I'll shoot to the left of them, to the right of them, because I am waiting for that perfect shot that I can just pin that gobbler. And
he is so full of baloney. He has the hardest time hitting birds. Check this out.
I want a gun. Well, as you can see this morning, we have a major storm coming in. It's starting to pour. Thank goodness for our double blinds. We're staying a little bit dry, but I've had a very uneventful morning. We've had a great morning as far as turkeys coming through. We had a pile of Osceolas come through. I mean, just incredible. The wind's picking up. And let me tell you, we try to teach you, we try to tell everybody, always check your equipment. And you know what? I flubbed up this morning. Yep. I didn't check my equipment. And yesterday traveling and this morning traveling through some of the rough roads, My sight actually came a little loose, not a little, a lot. Check your equipment every time before you go out. Oh, am I going to get picked on for this one?
Well, as you guys know, what did I try to say? Ralph, as he was trying to say it, you know, oh, I gotta get as much for the, you know, for the bang down there. Well, Ralph, come on out of there.
I'm just trying to get as much out of the experience as I possibly can. It's as simple as that.
Okay, let's continue on.
I don't know if you can believe this or not, but I just finally got the monkey off my back. And I think that gobbler is a bit bigger than Vicky's. And he didn't go but 20 yards. That arrow zipped right through him, and unbelievable. But we gotta call Hoppy, because he is not gonna believe that I finally did it. Yes, I didn't miss this bird. He come right in just like he said, and unbelievable. After all my trials and errors, I got my first Osceola with a bow. Hoppy! Oh, can you believe it, buddy? Congratulations. Oh, I got it. Right here, look it. He come right around, came right through the decoys. We didn't get out because we were waiting for you. Did you see those birds take off?
I seen 2 hens leave.
Yep.
Good job, man.
Look at this.
You got a good beard?
Oh, we didn't even come. We didn't want to spook the other birds. Because with the hunters coming in, we thought, why leave? Look at this bird.
Nice.
Look at this bird.
Oh, he's got an 11-inch beard on him.
What an Osceola.
Congratulations, you finally got your bird.
Vic, like I tried to tell and explain to everybody is, I'll shoot around the little ones to get those really big gobblers.
Yeah, right. Actually, there's a good point and a lesson learned.
Who?
What happened when Ralph missed his bird was...
This is not an excuse. This is the truth now.
It's the truth. He didn't bring his soft case. He only had his big hard case, and he didn't take it with us in the truck that morning. Put his bow in the bed of the truck, got to our
gear,
our
our
double bow
packs
blind, and didn't check it, and his sight came loose.
And you know,
of course, I found it very amusing, but hey, what are you going to do?
That's why she's not hunting with me anymore.
Yeah, right.
Listen, we hope you enjoyed this week's show, and we want to especially thank Hoppy Kempfer and the family, just because...
Yeah, first class all the way. They are great people down there.
Southern hospitality at its finest, and...
Deer, hogs, alligator, turkeys.
You name it, they got it, and it's all free roaming, and it's just... What an incredible place to hunt and share some good times and memories. You know, we hope you enjoyed this week's show. Until next week.
Same time.
Same station.
Right here on the Archer's Choice.
You got you a nice turkey, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, are you happy? Are you happy? That's a nice one. You guys have heard me talk about it before. It's important to get your kids out into the outdoors, whether they're hunting, shooting sports, BB guns, it doesn't matter. But, you know, Sage has been hunting with me since he was 2.5 years old. Not necessarily hunting himself, but he's been out with me. He's probably a little more advanced than a lot of kids would be at his age, but you know what? I know where my son is. Do you know where your kids are?
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice.
You know, one of the things that we've always tried to tell everyone, and that is you need to be adaptable on every hunt. You know, sometimes it just ain't like what the books always say.
That's for sure. And one of the neat things up there with Bob and Wolf Creek is they're always out there putting new test baits out because situations happen where, you know, maybe the bears moved off or dandelions pop up.
You know, and that's something else to bring up is, folks, when those dandelions start to spring up in the spring, that's like candy to those bears. So these guys had it all set up that we had baits around where the sun was hitting these dandelions and we're going to bring them up, and, well, it definitely panned out. Once again, we traveled up to northern Alberta to bear down on those Alberta boons. And as usual, we were back with the bear man himself, Bob Irving of Wolf Creek Outfitters. If you haven't noticed it by now, we hunt with Bob every spring. We often wonder, is it his charming personality? Nope. Is it his good looks? I don't think so. Could it be for all those crazy guides he has every spring? Maybe it's just because he runs a great camp. He truly makes it fun to be up there, and most of all, he is one outfitter that does what he tells you he's going to do. Oh, and by the way, he has big bears, lots of bears, and the hunting just keeps getting better. He and his team are always trying to figure out where to put new sites, what new land to explore, and he constantly is concerned about not overhunting any of his massive area. And besides his very successful bear camps, Bob's other hunts include moose, muleys, and giant Alberta whitetails. Heck, you never know. He just might have Vicki and I hunting those Alberta bruiser bucks someday. Bear. Right here. He's right here. Take stuff.
Okay, Ralph, we're going to go into our bait site here, and you can see where the cod's been going in and taking out harvested bears already. Bait's in there about 100 yards. So today I'm going to take in a chunk of beaver. I got some pork trim in this bucket. And that there is a sack of reject cookies. You feel free to have as many as you want, and if you can carry that in for me, we'll get set up on this bait and we'll look for some traction there.
Bob, you've talked about, you know, there's been bears taking off this bait. This spring already?
This spring.
Do you see that deterring in anything like this from week, you know, next week to next week?
Actually, I like it because when you get a bait like this and you got a multitude of bears in here, you get 3 or 4 of those smaller bears, juveniles, or bears that hunters have passed on, and those bears will actually broadcast the word. As the bear's rooting around in the grease and the beaver scent and the cookies too, they'll be going through the woods, laying out trails. Other bears will hit their trails and follow it into the bait. So if I got a bait where we got 4 or 5 bears coming, a hunter selects a big one, we haul it out, next day them 4 other bears are still in there, and they're just broadcasting to the rest of them, it actually brings in more bears. So even though we've harvested bears out of here, we still got 4 or 5 smaller ones doing our advertising for us, and other bears will come in. Now this is going into the first week in June, the bears will start rutting. If we get some sows on these baits, it's unlimited how many big bears can come in. The bait you were on the other day, you saw a sow in there, and there was 3 or 4 shooter bears that come, and the one jumbo. And that jumbo bear is going to show up yet. We'll maybe get him this week, where we have a bait in his neighborhood with a sow on it. It's going to be great. If you got a good bait in good bear country, you can arguably shoot a bear a night off of it and still not hurt it. So even though we've taken good bears off of this bait, we've still got smaller bears in there and possibly sows. They're going to be bringing more bears in.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, Ralph, are you ready to go after that dandelion bear?
I'm always ready. Let's get after it. He's down. Right there. Oh. Oh, man. That bear come in. He was coming out to the dandelion, so they put the test bait. He's been hitting it for about 4 days. The bear came in. He presented me a slightly quarter away shot. I punched him, and he's down right there. You can see my orange fletching. Yo, Vic. We are bearing down once again. Well, clear as day. Here's the dandelion patch. That bear, this is why they knew that this was all active. Look at the piles of scat here, there. You can see a trail coming in and out, going where the dandelions. That's why they put this test bait right there. The bear was right there. I took him. He actually come running out here, right through here, hit this opening, was running, spun around, and he's down right there. Oh.
Hey, Ralph, congratulations.
Yeah, babe, thanks.
You're welcome.
You know,
that was good. I mean, it was a short hunt, but I mean, that bear came in, boom, and he didn't go far at all.
we set up the summit stand. I mean, it wasn't 20 minutes, and we had that bear. We spotted him from the left, and he come right in. And I mean, I don't know if he was really. We knew he was hitting the bait because the bait was hit, obviously. Mm-hmm. But to see all that scat up in those dandelions in those open field, I mean, it was just like, that's really, that's knowing your animals. When Bob and the guides, they knew where to go when things started to slow down, and those dandelions were definitely the ticket.
Definitely. Now we're going to join Patty Finney of Spring Valley Sportsman's.
Not Mark Finney, but his wife Patty. They say maybe the better hunter.
I think so.
I doubt it.
But this is her first bear hunt, and her first bear she takes with her bow.
So let me get this straight. There's 2 girls and 1 guy?
On this show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
We'll be right back with more of The Archer's Choice, eh?
Welcome back to The Archer's Choice. Now let's continue on with Patty's first bear hunt. You go, girl.
I drew back a couple times, but he didn't give me a shot. He went to the barrel, stuck his head in, stuck his fist in trying to get it, and he turned and gave me the shot. And I got him. We got him. Good shot. He took off. And I mean, I don't even know how far he is. We heard the moan. And yeah, now we're gonna go get Brian and tell him he did it for us.
You go, girl, man. I'm telling you, Patty, that is awesome. I'm so happy to have someone else in the tree stands hunting out in the woods, another girl.
I need to start inviting more of the guys. Come on, guys. We can't let these girls keep outdoing us. This is crazy.
Patty, you did excellent, let me tell you. And she was so
That's
excited.
what it's all about, the excitement, the adrenaline. And I mean, just sitting there watching that hunt, you just know. You're just captivated and caught into it. That's what this is all about.
She was pretty darn excited.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, well, congrats again. And now it's my turn.
So if you guys want, like I told you before, is, go have some popcorn, go get a soda, do something, because...
Now, come on. Now, this is an exciting hunt. We set up in the Wild Wild West.
Which was awesome.
And we ran into a situation where the bear was a little bit smarter than the average bear, and we ended up having to set up our summit stands on the opposite side of the bait site where the permanent stand was at, because that bear knew every time we were up in that permanent.
Sure, he figured it out, and the thing is like we've always said, you got to be adaptable, and well, having trees, having our summits there and being able to do the, the little mobility is what got Vicki this bear. Welcome back. The suspense is killing me. Let's see what she does next.
Now, as I like to say, this was a tricky bear. The first night, he would not present us a shot. Ralph and I were both in the permanent stand, and he was so wise to us being up there that he would never, ever present us a shot. That next afternoon, we didn't bait him. We waited until we were ready to go hunting. We went in, we brought in our summit stands and our buck steps. We set up my tree stand on the side of the bait site where he was always hanging out and not presenting me a shot. That evening, we're in our stands. Ralph was still in the permanent stand. That bear knew that there was still someone up there, and he was very curious and wise to that person up in that tree stand. He's a very wise old bear. Fortunately for me, he didn't realize that where we positioned that tree stand for me to sit in my summit, he had no clue I was up there, and he finally presented me a shot. That took a lot of work, and I'm very happy to have harvested this bear. There. Look at the size of his paw. Can you see this? Look at this pad. Did you see that? Now that is a beautiful bear.
Oh.
Squared like 7 foot.
Wow, aren't we happy, guys?
We are happy. That was awesome. I mean, we had a great spring, and now
You really did have a good spring. I mean, it's been awesome. I'm glad that I was able to select the sites for you to set up in and put the stands up, put our summer stands.
I would just like to thank Bobby because he knows where to put me.
Well, I mean, this just ain't fair. I mean, 2 girls against a guy. I mean, guys, give me a call. I need some help here. Let's all start hunting against these girls because
Now, but wait, we have next week's show because this was part 1 of part 2. So you don't know who actually outdoes who.
That's right. We still have a chance. I'm hanging on by what hair I have left. So, folks, listen, we want to thank you. We hope you enjoyed part 1 of Bearing Down up in Alberta. And stay tuned because next week is part 2, right here
on The Archer's Choice. Welcome back to The Archer's Choice. Now, if you saw last week, we had part 1 of Bearing Down.
Boy, it was close, Vic. You know, I mean, I let you did squeak in a little bit on a little bit bigger bear. I mean, just a little bit bigger. I mean,
Yeah, a little. Okay.
1.5 foot.
Yeah.
250 more pounds. I mean, but you know, I can take it.
But that was last week, and you shot a nice bear. Patty shot a nice bear.
Yeah, it was
I shot
cool.
a nice bear.
It was cool to have that hunt with Patty. She was so pumped up.
So pumped.
And we, you know, that's what it's all about. We constantly tell you this, and I mean, this is it: is the excitement, the adrenaline rush. Those bears just coming in and. Ooh.
And we had that bear wanted to maybe eat Mark for dinner.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was fun.
You know, like we ask everybody, you know, what would you do in this situation? Scotty tissue.
Yeah, he was a little nervous, but he wouldn't let any of us know that.
No,
but yeah, you know,
it's that illegal
it's a
thing.
tough
We gotta
guy
be
thing.
cool.
Yeah. Well, now this week we have part 2 because up in Alberta we are allowed 2 bear tags
right.
each.
And normally with Bob, I mean, the activity is incredible. You know, you spend 1 week up there, and the opportunities of shooting 2 bears is not that hard to come by.
Definitely. And now this week's show, I actually was out in the tree stand with Patty.
Yep.
And I filmed Patty shoot her second bear, and we had a blast out there.
So are you saying that the footage, because you were filming, is a little better than Mark's?
No, I wouldn't say that,
picking
Mark.
on you,
No,
Mark.
I'm not
I
saying.
know it.
No. But we had so much fun out there,
We
and
did.
oh my gosh! In fact, the first hunt that we're going to go on today is with Patty.
I'm surprised you guys even saw bears. Could you picture 2 women up there? No.
So, anyways, let's get going. Let's go check out how Patty does on her second bear up with Wolf Creek Outfitters and Bobby Irvin in Alberta.
There are some out there that don't care for the baiting of bears, or for that matter, baiting of any game. We aren't here to go against anyone's opinion. We just love to hunt. The bottom line, as long as we're hunting legally in that province, state, or country, then we need to stop fighting amongst ourselves. For every bear that is taken on a bait, there are at least 3 to 5 you may never see. I ask you, who has the power to make judgment over someone else? I'm sorry, but there's only one that can do that. If we continue this massive separation amongst ourselves, guess what? Soon, there will be no spot and stalk, no baiting, no dog hunting either. Heck, there'll be no hunting at all. So let's stop each other in stride and shut up. For it's not for us we should be concerned, but rather the future for our children to be able and enjoy this great sport of hunting. Let's not care who hunts bears, deer, or whatever, in the legal manner in which they choose. Look at the whole picture and realize that your fellow sportsmen and women are enjoying and participating in this great sport of hunting. We hope to never read another article or hear a fellow hunter make a statement like, if you don't do it this way, then you're not hunting. But rather read or hear that same person telling us, it doesn't matter with what you hunt or how. As long as you follow the laws and regulations, just go out there and have a great time with your family and friends. For isn't that what it's all about? Forget the egos, the records, and the fame. Do it for all the right reasons, and we will never have to worry about this great sport being taken away from our children.
Point there and say there's a bear. There's a bear. Bear's coming in.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now let's join Patty Finney as she takes her second bear. Just shot my bear. Mark and I split up tonight. Ralph went with Mark. Vicki took me out to film. And sitting here, waiting for him to come in, all of a sudden I look, one comes in, two of them came in right together, right in the bait. I decided they were both good ones. I was going to take either one. One gave me the shot. I took it, I drilled it. He didn't go but 20 yards and laid right down. He was done. What an awesome hunt here at Wolf Creek Outfitters. Oh, place to go. Good job.
Thanks.
Good job.
This was just awesome. I mean, what a hunt. I mean, two bears out of the same stand, and these two came in together, these two bears, but I got one the other day, same stand, set back up. I mean, they came in almost on a dead run into the bait. They didn't slow down a bit. Came in, started eating. This one took the barrel and wedged it between the two trees and was just sitting there licking it off. He didn't care. The other one laid right in the middle of your chocolate cake. And then they talked to each other a little bit, and it was just unbelievable.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you for an awesome time.
Patty, congratulations. We
That
had
was cool,
so
Patty.
much fun. And let me tell you something. Patty, don't get mad at me. After she shot her bear, and we know it went, and we know it died right there and it was done with, we had to get out of the woods, and we had to get back on the quad to get back to camp to get Brian to help us out.
Yeah?
And there was still a bear walking around. We knew it. So Patty and I, we sang Yankee Doodle Dandy on the way out to the quad to scare everything. Think about it. Me and Patty singing Yankee Doodle, that'd about scare anything out of the woods.
I think the thing that really scares me is two women on a quad. I mean, traffic jams, look out. I mean, there ain't nothing safe when you two are driving.
It was fun. We had a good time. Congrats again, Patty.
Can you picture those two?
Hey, anyways, so now it's my turn to shoot my second bear. And I shot an unbelievable bear.
You know, I got to say something that, I mean, I'm going to make this statement right here and now is, Vicki, this coming spring, I'm going to beat you. And if I don't, let's make a bet here, okay? Let's make a bet.
Oh, no.
Next season,
Yeah.
we have to wear, either you or I, have to wear whatever we say you have to wear on the opening segment of the spring bear hunt.
Like what?
You never know. Because I know I'm going to beat you next spring.
Okay, so if you win, I have to wear whatever you want me
Absolutely.
to. But if I win,
I got to wear whatever you say.
it's a deal.
It's a deal.
Check out my hunt. Watch this one. We're set up on this bait. Greg's been running it a couple times. It's been hit the last 3 days. What's been happening is the bear has made this his house. He's got all the stuff, just all the moss, everything just dug up. This is his home. Greg said that, well, we saw it. There's a pretty good pad print coming in here. So we're gonna get set up and just keep an eye out. And look, now the other thing too is early this spring, sometime between last spring and this spring, there's a whole bunch of chocolate hair out there. Highly doubtful, but there's definitely good pad print coming in, so we'll see what happens. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Do you feel bigger down there? Did you see how big that bear was? Check out the rest of this hunt.
Yeah, check it out.
Bear coming down the trail. Oh no, don't do this to me. Well, as you guys just saw, this monster bear came in. He prevented me a shot over here. He was on the beaver, and if you guys watch, he stopped. That was Greg driving down the gravel road. He heard him. He made a little noise, and as soon as the truck drove away, he got down and gave me my broadside shot right there, and I took him. This is my second bear this year. In 2 days, basically, because I filmed Ralph for one night, and he shot his bear, but
2 hunts.
2 hunts, 2 record book bears.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. This is why we come up here to Wolf Creek Outfitters, and this is why we love Bobby.
No, this is why you love me and Ralph doesn't.
Did you see that? That was an awesome bear. I mean, he squared over 7 foot. He had a 20-inch skull on him. That is an awesome bear. And
why didn't he come to my stand?
Because he's coming to my stand. Thanks, Bobby. Anyways, you know, let me tell you something. We were out there, and that bear, he was pretty scarred up.
He was. I mean, did you see that wound? That bear has been through some rough stuff.
He really has. I mean, he had scars just about everywhere on him. But I'm telling you what, we were so pumped. That bear come in, I took my shot. He ran off. We knew he was down.
Wait, so everyone doesn't think this happens like when we first get in the stand.
No.
We're sitting there for a few hours.
Right.
And there were some bugs. Last year there was a problem with bugs. And normally we don't have them. And Vicky's sitting there reading her book. I grabbed this rope. and I'm dingling it, huh? And it's hit. You got to see the look that she gave me. I mean, we're just having fun, and she ain't having that much fun anymore. I don't know why.
Yeah, he thinks he's pretty funny.
Ticked her off.
Now, let's get into your bear hunt, shall we?
It's about time.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice, and I guess we should continue on with Ralph's hunt.
It's my turn. Wow, let me tell you something. That bear is down less than 20 yards from the stand. You know, I understand that bear is not bigger than Vicky's. And Vicky took some exceptional bears this trip, and I'm gonna have to live with that. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be rough and tough, but I got broad shoulders and I think I can handle it. You know what though? I can honestly say that I'd rather have her shoot the big ones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. That is a great bear. Look at the size of that thing. It's got a good wide, fairly long. That bear is gonna go well over 6 foot. Somebody up there just doesn't like me. Could you picture I have a great bear coming in, I pound him, everything goes, he goes 15. And the Mama Luke of all bears walk in.
You know what?
He was bigger than anything she nor I have ever taken.
Yeah, but the big guy must really like me. Because you know the way I'm looking at it is congratulations, you shot a beautiful bear. It was a good bear.
It was a great bear.
That big one that came in afterwards.
Really a great bear.
Yeah, the one that came in afterwards would have been like a Vicky bear, but unfortunately you were tagged out.
I know I was tagged out.
I know, but you know what?
Do you know how much that hurts?
That big bear is still out there roaming, and guess who's going to get it this year?
It ain't fair.
It is fair.
It is not fair.
Hey, we want to thank you for watching us this week on The Archer's Choice. And remember, come back next week, same time.
Same channel.
Right here on The Archer's Choice. Welcome to The Archer's Choice. This week, we are...
cruising for Caribou.
Anyways, we go up to Noonamy Outfitters, way up there in Quebec.
Yep, I think we flew into
Kajarapek?
Yeah,
maybe somewhere like
that one.
Yep. And actually, we need to thank George and Russ from Bullseye Outfitters because they really helped us put this whole hunt together. They set up a whole bunch of our hunts for us. Good guys, guys to work with. And this hunt they set us up with up there in Noonamy, it was awesome.
You know, something about caribou hunting, most of the time when you see it on the shows and the videos, everyone says, oh man, look at all those caribou. Oh, this is so great. You've got to remember that if you go up there and you don't hit the migration, you'll be doing this for like 6 days. See any
or
bulls?
playing cards.
They're playing cards, dominoes, whatever you want. I mean, so don't get carried away. If you are going to look for a good caribou spot, folks, I'm going to tell you, Noonami's one of them because there's only a couple that will actually fly you in from your base camp. A lot of them will tell you this, but there's only a couple that will fly you into the migration so you have an opportunity, of getting your animals.
Seeing them, right.
But we've got to treat caribou hunting like any other type of hunt. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Right, and fortunately, I was lucky enough to get one. Well, I was lucky enough to get two, but this is actually going to be a two-part show, again, just like the bear show.
That's it.
We have so much footage from the caribou trip that we went on.
Because we cruised so well.
that we are actually got 2 weeks. We got this week and next week, all caribou, all the time, so it ought to be exciting. Now, let's go check out my first hunt.
She's first. This vast land creates adventure the moment you decide to go north. Yes, that's right. This week's show, we're traveling way north to the tundra in search of the migration of the caribou with Noonami Outfitters. Around every corner, over every hill, amongst what tree lines are there, you must be prepared for a new adventure in this remote northern tundra. You could travel for days or be one of the lucky ones and be in the right spot at the right time when you are surrounded by caribou. This adventure is sure one you will never forget, from preparation to transportation and everything in between. You better be prepared for all weather and any or all conditions. This land is tough, and the animals that live here, even tougher. That's right, Vicki and I, with our posse, headed up to Noonami Outfitters in Quebec, Canada. Russ and George from Bullseye Outfitters set this hunt up, and oh boy, what a hunt it was. Matter of fact, we have so much action, we need to share with you this whole adventure in 2 parts. So before you think you saw it all, be prepared to see the rest of this exciting adventure next week.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, let's continue on with my caribou hunt. shot was a little far back, but he ran, he laid down right there, he bedded down. Maybe I got liver, I don't know, but oh my gosh. We're just gonna let him sit though, and we're gonna let him wait. I don't want to bugger him at all. So we're just gonna take our time and wait him out. Look at him. Now look at this. Huh, Michelle? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Wow. This is our first morning out. We traveled for a day and a half to get up here. Left from Chicago, got into Montreal up to Kajarapek, or whatever that long word is. Is it right? Oh, good, Kajarapek. To come up here with Noonami Outfitters, and my goodness, first morning out, and look at this magnificent caribou bull that I was able to take. I mean, it is just beautiful. I want to thank George and Russ for helping us set up this whole entire hunt.
Did you see that? Isn't he a beautiful bull?
That is. I mean, got to give credit where credit's due. You know, one of the things I think that everyone needs to be aware of, on especially a caribou hunt, this is an animal that is constantly moving.
They don't stop.
No, they don't stop.
I mean, you can try it back the whole 9 yards, and they're not going to stop.
You could whistle, you could go, you know, and anything. And the majority of the time, these animals aren't stopping. They are on a constant move, following that scent trail. And believe it or not, is the best way you can practice, number one, is shooting on a, you know, like a McKinsey caribou target.
We practiced on our target at home, and it worked.
And some type of moving, because you could be right on where you know you got to hold your pin on. And by the time at 20 yards, one stride on that caribou is close to 3.5 to 4 foot.
Yep.
So from being here, could be farther back. And don't think that I made a bad shot and that's not. Folks, it's going to happen, because the opportunities are, the majority of the time, those animals are moving.
Yep.
And when they are moving, one full stride at 18 or 20 yards, and even further, if you're, maybe shooting a little further distance, it could be from a perfect hit.
Yep.
To a far back hit, and knowing what that arrow does, you give it time and you recover your caribou.
Yep. Well, now let's go check out Michelle Helen, one of the Team Posse members here.
Again, girls.
This is like so cool, isn't it?
Welcome back. Now let's join Archer's Choice Posse member Michelle Helen, because she's on her cruising for caribou hunt. Okay, listen. I think what we both just learned is that the
caribou don't stop.
Yeah.
They keep walking, and both of us have just learned, our first caribous, that you gotta lead them.
There he is.
Oh, look at him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. This is exciting.
This is awesome.
This is an awesome bull. This is my first time to Canada. First time caribou hunting. First caribou. A lot of firsts on this trip, and this is awesome.
That was unbelievable.
was
Michelle,
cool. Michelle,
congratulations.
that was really unbelievable to have. You know that what's cool is that was her first caribou.
It was her first hunt away from home without
Right.
Art. Art doesn't have a caribou, does he? Anyways, congratulations, Michelle. Sorry, Art.
Art, you don't have a caribou? Oh, man.
Okay, now, Michelle, she did awesome. We were actually recovering hers when Patrick saw a bunch of bulls.
Oh, yeah.
And
it
what
was
happened?
Like, you talk about an adrenaline rush, and all of a sudden Patrick goes, ooh, good, caribou. And I was like, yeah, baby, let's go. And I mean, we left most of our gear, put our
we left Michelle with her caribou.
Yeah, and we
went running, and
that poor girl, she's never been up there, and we left her right
in the middle of the tundra
babe.
somewhere, and you went running, and half the time it was really hard for me to stay behind you. You guys just go taking off, and you don't pay much attention to the camera person.
Well, no, because your job is to keep up with the hunter. And what a hunt it was. Check this out. Well, he's dead. I know, but he's dead. You went down over the ridge. He's swimming. There we go.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, let's finish my hunt. If you ready to approach, you swim. Just over the rock. He's going in. I don't know. He's down. I don't know. Yeah, baby. Good bull, Patrick. We're here with Nunavut Outfitters. We're caribou hunting in Nunavut, right?
Nunavik.
Nunavik.
Nunami.
Nunami?
Nunami Outfitters.
Nunami Outfitters in Nunavik.
Yeah.
Okay. We spotted a real good bull. Patrick knew the lay of the land. We kept up on top. We saw him down below, and we had a little cow and a calf come through. We ranged him. He's like 35 yards out, and I mean, center punched him, and he went right over the ridge there. Let's go get our boot.
Nice formation on top.
Mm-hmm.
That kicker's big beam.
What's really cool, he's real heavy.
Yeah, the heavy beam. You got long bears. Scum over the nose. It's a nice.
Beautiful animal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Let me tell you, we are up here with Nunami, and I can't tell you enough about this place.
Okay. The shot that you made was just, I mean, that was a good shot.
Thank you,
I mean,
yes.
he went running, he went down those cliffs. Patrick wasn't real happy with you.
No, he wasn't happy at all because we were hoping that he'd make it all the way down, but he didn't make it all the way down. He just, that's the Spitfire. It's gonna.
That was unbelievable. And then the amount of caribou that even as you were recovering yours, there were still more in the water and there was some up above. And George and Russ from Bullseye Outfitters, they're the ones that got us again up there with Nunami, and it was unbelievable.
It's incredible.
It
and
was.
You know, another point to just keep stressing on caribou hunting is when you're looking to book a hunt, please make sure that it's a camp that will move you into the caribou. There's a lot of outfitters that tell you they will, but really the logistics of it is if they don't have the planes available at that camp, you're probably not going to be moved. So remember, when you go to check a hunt out, especially caribou, is make sure that you have that accessibility to move in because, wow.
And like we said at the beginning of the show, this is a two-part caribou hunt.
That's it.
So this was part one, so next week will be part two. So remember to stay tuned right here next week.
Same time.
Same channel, right here on The Archer's Choice. Welcome to The Archer's Choice. Now, if you watched last week, we had part one of a two-part series for
Crossing for Caribou.
We had a great show last week. We had Ralph shot a nice bull, I shot a nice bull, Michelle shot a really nice bull. We had a great time out there. I mean, we were in thick with caribou.
And that's the thing is with caribou hunting, like we've tried to say, is when you're in them, you're in them. And when you're not in them, you've got to understand that it's a hunt. It's all fair chase, and sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. We were in them. We got lucky.
We got lucky. And now this week, you're going to take a nice bull. I'm going to take another nice bull. And we have Sharon Sauer. She's going to take a nice bull. And
she
Randy
takes it with a Thompson Center.
Takes it with a Thompson Center.
That muzzle loader, that was pretty cool.
Right. And one of the really neat things, though, is with you and I, with our bulls, we actually shot them about 20 minutes apart, 20, 30 minutes apart on the same point.
And that's, that is because Patrick saw them. As we came through, we saw these caribou crossing. And the thing is remember, like we said earlier, as long as you don't spook those first few, the rest of the herd coming in back of that will continue to come. Well, we hurried up, got to this peninsula, and we set up, we checked the wind, made sure the wind was right, and we made a clear cut, a little, with our snips, a trail to either the near side or the far side of that peninsula. So when we sat in and we're watching those caribou crossing, if they went to the far side, we could swiftly run over to that side. If not, if they stayed on the near side, we just had to crawl down and hunker down and get ready for the shot.
And it worked out great. I mean, we watched it. We were set up on the one side, and we did have to run the other side. So you need to check out My Hunt now.
Located 130 miles inland of the Hudson Bay, the Nunami Lodge is nestled in the heart of 900 square miles of virgin territory along the tree line of northern Quebec. The millions of well-traveled caribou trails mark the way of the migration of the Leaf River herd. This newly opened territory is prime habitat for trophy caribou bulls. And now, with access to native-controlled lands, today's hunters have a chance to tag one, and maybe two, of the close to 300,000 caribou which make up this incredible herd. With cooperation with Air Inuit and Nunami, offers direct flights from Montreal to the community of Kajarapek, Quebec, better known as Hudson Bay. And from there, we flew right into this incredible remote Noonamee Lodge where I tried to convince Vicki we were gonna rough it. With private guest cabins, full electricity, hot showers, indoor bathrooms, full service kitchen and dining area, direct dial satellite communications, and even a TV room? Yep, we're roughing it. Yes, this incredible Caribou adventure we shared with our posse, Michelle, Sharon, Randy, Michael, and Steve. So get ready to tip the tundra over, for we are cruising for Caribou.
What we've done this morning is we've been in a boat with Patrick. We're cruising for caribou. You take the boat and you go looking for the caribou on the sides of the, on each little island here. Most of them will come to a point and swim across to another point on another island. What we did was we saw some caribou on the island across the lake here. We saw them thinking about coming over. We're hoping that they did, but as they come over, they come to another point. What you want to make sure of is when you do try to set up on caribou, make sure that you have it to where it's a narrow point or good options of taking your shot. Here, it's a pretty narrow point. It's maybe 20 yards wide to each beach on each side. So what we did is we made a runway, broke a couple branches to make sure we could get through quickly, depending on which side those caribou decide to come on. I think they're going on the other side. Let's go check and find out. He's down here. Come on, come on.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. It's the Vixter's turn, and let's see what happens.
We got dropped off on this point. The caribou just swam across. They're coming right now. Remember? Knee-high rubber boots. Ralph learned his lesson yesterday. Okay, we gave him, 15 minutes or so? I mean, he's down, but now it looks like he's down, so let's go get him. Wow. Look at him, huh?
Wide.
He's wide. Well, you know what? The first one I shot was kind of narrow, but he had really nice tops and everything. So this guy, I got my wide one. I wanted a wide one, and I got him. Well, thank you, Patrick. Up here at Noonamee, and I mean, look at this. This is just, he's a beautiful bull. I made a good shot on him. He didn't go 20 yards.
Whoa, that was a good shot. I almost thought it was a little low, but you just,
I got lucky. I mean,
pinned
I
him.
almost missed him.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened
It would have been
there, but-
great to have that on camera.
Yeah, I was so glad.
It's a little low and...
Yeah, but I end up heart shooting him, and
Yeah.
he only went 20 yards.
No, he didn't go that far at all. I mean,
No.
I don't even think he went 20 yards, Vic.
No,
I mean,
and my arrow went right through him and right into the water, though.
You see, now, remember this, guys. Wear short boots, because then whoever wears the long boots, has to go get all the arrows.
Yeah, and that I had to do, that's for sure. But I mean, wow, he was so wide. I was so excited, and I don't know if you guys could hear it or not, but Ralph was actually filming, and he says, the second one's better, and I'm like, I'm taking the third. You can barely hear it. It's barely audible, but
See, the competition never stops.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna listen to him.
That other one had nicer tops and
Yeah,
all.
but this one was wide. You know, that's what I wanted. I wanted a wide one. So
You did good. I'm proud of you.
thank you. Now we have Sharon Sauer.
Yep.
We were up there. We had the girls team out, and the boys team were out.
So we're showing another girls hunt.
Yeah, we are.
Where's
Yeah.
all the guys? I
And
mean,
Sharon took her Thompson Center.
that muzzleloader, that was a
and
cool hunt.
It was an awesome hunt. You need to watch this one. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, let's continue on with Sharon's hunt.
First one.
Good shot. Good shot. Yes. Good shot. He's down. He's down. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Right over here. There he is. Oh, my God. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Sharon, that was awesome. Did you see the shot she put on that TC? I mean,
we don't do much gun hunting.
No.
That's probably a good thing.
It's a good thing.
They wouldn't let me play with the gun too much. But, I mean, that TC muzzleloader, that was awesome. I mean,
it was so neat. I mean, I was standing there
That'd
right
be fun.
behind the camera, and that was a lot of fun.
We might have to try that every once in a
Yeah,
while.
we'll see. We'll see. Now, if you remember last week, we said that our whole posse was up there. We had Michelle Helen and Randy Brander, along with Sharon.
Right. We had Michael Waddell, Steve Finch from Realtree Road Trips.
Right.
I mean, we had a great crew up there, and well, let's show you some of the recoveries of these guys with their animals. Was it awesome?
Oh, man. Good bull. Oh, excellent bull. Look at this, man. Wow. Man, this is just a totally awesome bull.
Yeah.
He's not real wide, but man, he's got it. He does have it.
You get a long thing on the top.
Yep.
Little palmation. Look at that vest. The
Yeah.
big vest. Shovel.
Wide bezzes.
Yeah. Big shovel.
Big shovel, yeah. A little spike off the other side.
Yeah. Nice two kickers. You get everything on it. It's a very nice animal. Look at that.
Awesome.
Perfect animal.
Totally awesome. Second caribou. Second caribou.
Your first one is that thing. That thing is just right there.
That close?
You want to go?
Man, I bet you not 15 yards.
Yeah.
He came up fast.
Yeah.
He was fast.
I can see you.
I think it's just a little bull. I can't hear you say that.
Wow. He's nice. Isn't he beautiful?
Beautiful.
Look at the velvet. Awesome.
Wow.
He's got all these tines back here. I can barely reach across this spread.
What do you think,
Great.
Michelle? What's the one tip you can give someone that's coming out here caribou hunting?
I just can't stress enough. You gotta lead them. They're just always moving. You're rarely gonna get them to stop. And they're not moving that fast, but they've got long legs. They're taking big strides. And you're just so used to picking your spot, having good form, your usual form, and you just gotta lead them.
Well, like we told you earlier, our second bulls, we shot them 20 minutes apart.
And
Same
you know,
point.
Once again, that's what made it. I mean, the trip was fantastic. But
It was awesome.
when you're sharing it with your best hunting partner, I mean, it was cool.
Thank
it was
you.
really special.
Appreciate it.
I was so glad that my bull was bigger.
Check out his hunt.
What we've got is, as usual, we're sitting at Patrick's favorite spot, and again, we're having lunch, and we got, I believe, 5 or 6 different bulls starting to swim across, so we're going to get set up again. Folks, let me tell you something about this caribou hunting is you never know what's going to happen. Boy. What a woman, guys. What a woman.
You owe me.
This is my second boo, and you saw it. I had to have Vicky, because she had her tall lacrosse boots on, to go fetch this thing, and guess what? It's bigger than hers.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was bigger than mine. I'll give it to you.
Well. You know what? I mean, what an incredible adventure.
It was.
You know, when you go up there, and I mean, there's a lot of people that go caribou hunting, and maybe they're not in the migration, or they just can't be moved into where the animals are, and you've got to look at all these hunts and say, you know what, we're hunting.
Right.
If you're going for a guarantee, then you probably have to go to a place where you're hunting an enclosed area or something like that. But on a situation like that whole adventure, sharing with everybody.
Well, and we got real fortunate. We didn't have bad weather.
No.
Not really. I mean, you hear some really bad weather, and we were very fortunate. It
worked out really well.
It did.
Everything was on our side. Thank you, big guy.
And with Michael and Steve there from Real True Road Trips.
And that was their first time up there.
Yeah, and what you need to do is you need to watch their show too, because they're going to have like a different aspect of this whole hunt with all of us up there. So you need to keep your eye open for that one.
More than anything, we want to thank you, for once again sharing this great adventure with us, and also thank Noonamy Outfitters and Russ and George from Bullseye Outfitters for putting that hunt together, because without them, without Noonamy, none of that would have been possible.
You're right.
And I want to thank you too. I had a blast. It was cool.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And we also want to thank you guys, the viewers, for watching us. And remember, come back next week, same time.
Same channel.
right here on the Archer's Choice. Welcome to the Archer's Choice. This week, we're going to head up to North Dakota and hunt whitetails with Double B Outfitters on the ground.
On the ground, yep. You know, there's a lot of times you talk about, well, you know, oh, I was up in the stand and all. When you're on the ground, eye level with these deer, it's what a unique situation. And more than anything is North Dakota. You know, yeah. I think the residents know what they have there, but I don't think the non-residents know.
North Dakota's not known for whitetails.
You betcha. I mean, they're known, you know, waterfowl. They have good whitetails.
They have, yeah.
And then when David and John Brandt invite us up there and you see what they have on their wall, you see what they have in their barn.
Now, David and John, this is the first year, last fall was the first year they actually took hunters. This is the first year they did outfitting on they own over 5,000 privately owned continuous acres.
And turned it all over to wildlife habitat. And
right,
I mean,
and they've managed it for over 20 years. So you can imagine what they've got running around out there.
I mean, I know for a fact, I think they took eight hunters or something this past year.
Right, and all of them tagged out.
With longbow recurve and compound.
Right.
Jody Davis used to play for the Chicago Cubs, catcher, good friend of ours. Jody went up there and shot the biggest buck he's ever shot.
Right.
In his bow hunting career.
And we have a good encounter with him also on this week's show.
And well, you know what? I guess it's ladies first.
That's right. So this is going to be my first deer I've ever taken in North Dakota.
Yep.
Because I've never been up there to hunt,
and
that's
what
for sure.
What a cool deer. And on the ground with your double bow blind.
On the ground, in my double bow blind. And he's just a really unique deer. It was one of those deer that you just can't pass up.
Wow. Did we find a honey hole up here in North Dakota? Yep, you betcha. Yes, Vicki and I met up with David Brandt a couple of years ago. Heck, you might remember him. He was the super guy who gave up part of his hunt to help us track my giant Kansas buck. David and his brother John are truly some of the best people you can ever hope to find. This is a family-run outfit, and being there on their very first season, wow. All we could say is hold on. You betcha this is a winner. This rural setting in east central North Dakota is covered up with wildlife. They personally have been managing their over 5,000 acre family farm for some 20 years. No, there's no fences here. Just two good old North Dakotians who patrol their land every single day. And these are two guys you don't want to be on their bad side. This place is covered up with deer, and great deer at that. But that's not it. It is loaded with waterfowl and all types of wildlife. I mean, so many ducks and geese, there were times we thought of the movie The Birds. Their entire farm is set up for wildlife, and you can't believe all the critters they got here. The hunting is done from established double bull blinds and stand locations that are in the only cover available. These deer can be seen all day long, and due to the open terrain, you hunt the afternoons. And David and John take you waterfowl hunting in the morning, if you'd like. And for us, this was truly a new and wild experience, and one we found out we can get hooked on in a very fast order. In all our travels, we can tell you this. This was a giant surprise for us, and one we hope to go back and back again for a long, long time.
He's got an extra bean too. We just need him to come in, that's all.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Let's finish Vicki's hunt.
waterfowl. We gave the deer 15 minutes before we got out of blind. I truly believe he just went down right over there. But so we're gonna go back to the house and call David and John and tell Big D and Big J that I need them to come and help me carry this buck out of here.
Right there.
Hey guys, there he is, right there. Look at him. Look at this. That is just.
Wonder how long that
well,
is.
thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
This cold front came in. Thank you.
That was a great deer.
Thanks.
And I mean,
He was so unique. I mean, that's one of those deer that you can't pass
No,
up. I mean, he's
no.
got a little drop. He's got an extra main beam going straight up.
I was sitting there
was-
going, oh man, how come he don't come down my trail?
No, I was pretty excited, but I have to tell you, I learned a big lesson in that ground blind. My bow was still set up at 57 pounds.
For the moose
and the
elk
caribou and all the other hunts I had gone on earlier in the season, those bigger boned animals, and I didn't turn it down. And it was cold, and I had all that heavy gear on because I was cold out. And I went and I drew back, and I had a hard time drawing back. But then once I got drawn back on it, my arrow, my jacket collar kept knocking my arrow off my rest. I mean, I probably had it come off my arrow rest 4 or 5 times.
I know, I was there. I was like, oh.
I know.
No,
you
not
said
again. Oh.
Vicki, let down, and I go no. But I ended up making a good shot
You
on
did.
him. He
You
only
pinned
went.
him.
He went like 60 yards.
I don't even think that. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, just up through over that one, that
Over that
big
little-
that dead fall,
Yep.
and that was the end of it. And I mean, that's just one of them bucks. I couldn't pass
You know,
him
and
up.
that is a good tip to remember. When you know, depending on your hunting situation, hunting warmer weather, you can draw most of the time you can draw a little
Yeah.
more poundage. So as the season continues on, decrease the poundage.
Which
Put
I
the
did.
bulky clothes on and practice, because sometimes the colder it gets, the less your muscle tone is, and you're going to struggle. So decrease it. Today's bows, especially the Hoyt Cam and a halves, I mean, with our beam and arrows, they're going to outdo anything.
Well, as we had mentioned also earlier at the beginning of the show, is we were up there hunting with Jody Davis. He's a former Cub player, and we've got some awesome encounters with him.
We actually grunt in this buck, I mean, and he comes like that true talker was like, whoo, reeling it in and just trolling.
You need to check these out.
This place is covered up with deer. There's too many deer. It's unbelievable. Big long time, right? Comes the other one. Here comes the other one. Ooh. Right. Yeah, do it again. Do it again. Stop. He hurt you. He's coming. He's coming. This is fun or what?
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, as we said, they've got great waterfowl hunting up there in North Dakota, and I want to share with you some really entertaining footage that we have of Ralph waterfowl hunting.
I got one. I got a duck.
I got it.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful shot. Right, look out. Incoming.
Good shot.
Oh, baby. Yes. Yes. Oh, wait.
Just rough as fell.
I got him.
Ralph, congratulations on that duck hunting.
You know, no one ever told me that waterfowl hunting is that physical. I mean, I was bruised, cut, bleeding.
They say laughter is the best form of medicine, and I feel pretty darn happy after that incident.
I'm out of here.
Come on back. We'll talk about something that was better, okay?
Yeah, let's talk about
Okay, let's talk about your deer up there in North Dakota.
Yeah, now you're being responsible. You understand that this is what we need to be talking about.
Yeah, okay.
My deer.
Okay, so tell me about your deer.
It was awesome. You know what was cool is the way David and John, I mean, they're there 24/7. They actually, we're going to share with you a little bit of home footage. Now, this is home video of these guys because they're out all the time. They actually captured my buck with their home camera in velvet.
At the beginning of August.
It was awesome. Check this stuff out.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now let's continue on with Ralph's North Dakota hunt.
It's been windy as all get out. David and John told us to get to this point because a lot of these bucks will come through the timber to get out to these feeding patterns. We actually have some apple trees here that a lot of the does have been milling around and coming through, and all of a sudden, I don't know what, the wind's coming, and you could see we've got a big front, possibly even snow tonight and tomorrow. This buck comes slowly through. He walked 5 yards from our double bull blind. You talk about concealment, you talk about having your scent rod. Our sprays, we actually sprayed raccoon urine on so we didn't disturb anything. He come right in front of us. He was right in front of our double bull. He wasn't even 5 yards. He hesitated right there. We have a small scrape, and we've seen a lot of deer going. Stopped. He was 20 yards. Zipped him, and he went down right there. Oh my God. Look at that. Huh?
Good luck.
There he is.
Good one. Good one. He's a pretty one.
Yeah, he's a dandy. David, John, I'm telling you what, guys, and I said this before in the blind, and I'll say it again, folks. We are in North Dakota, and I'm telling you what, I can't tell you how many deer. Look at the size, the body of this deer.
He's a good deer.
And you guys got his sheds?
I got his sheds from last year.
These guys live with these deer. I mean, thousands of acres that they own, and it is covered up with wildlife. I mean, look at this guy. He's got so much character. Holy smokes. Let me tell you something. If you're looking for a place to the field of dreams, we found it. Oh, man. David.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
We're glad you got him.
Thank you, big guy.
We got
wow.
Sheds with him. I want that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ralph, do you need something to stand on?
I need a stool.
Oh my goodness, that was an awesome hunt.
That was a great deer.
It was,
I mean, everything about it. When you're ground level.
He was a big body deer too.
He was huge. You know, and when we first saw him, because I mean, he was 5 yards from us. The wind was so strong we couldn't tell. I mean, you'd look out, you see nothing, and we're in that thick cover.
You couldn't hear anything.
David and John said, "Listen, guys, I know it's windy, but you need to get out here and let's go over at this point."
They actually said it's always windy.
Yeah,
I think is what they said.
Well, they've been there their whole lives. They know exactly what's going on.
I mean, we saw a deer run through the field. Figured this is kind of a wasted afternoon. We had a couple does come through the little apple grove there,
because of the wind. I mean, but you got to remember, up there they don't have a lot of cover.
No,
it's either hedgerows or these little standing 1 acre plots of timber. I mean, that's it.
You're right.
And they know their deer. They know what they're going to do, and it's.
But you did
what
good.
An incredible hunt, I got to tell you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And just so all that email that we received, you know, about her always kicking my butt, guys, we outdid them again. Is this great?
Yeah. Whatever. But we do want to thank David and John and the whole family up there and everyone up there because with Double B Outfitters, great team of people and just awesome experience.
A sleeper that you definitely want to wake up to.
You better believe it. You betcha, eh?
You betcha, eh?
Hey, we also want to remind you to check into archerschoice.com every once in a while and see what new things we got going on there. We are going to have a new membership joining up.
A new club, our Team Bowhunters, Archer's Choice Team Bowhunters. And we want to involve everybody, the family and everyone.
There's some really neat, exciting things going to be going on there. And the other thing also is starting July 1st, the Outdoor Channel starts their Golden Moose Award voting for fan favorites, so we need your help.
Yeah, come on, let's try it.
Anyways, remember, come back next week, same time.
Same channel.
Right here on the Archer's Choice. Welcome to the Archer's Choice. This week on the Archer's Choice, we're hunting down in Kansas for whitetails with Flint Hill Adventures and Rocky Outfitters.
And one of the things that is unique about Kansas and right today
is a little windy out
wind.
Here.
I mean, it's always blowing wind. And the other thing about Kansas...
And it's not coming out of you all the time.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh.
Ooh. You know, one of the things I like about Kansas is you could watch your dog run away for 3 weeks. It's just open prairie.
It's flat. You have a couple little river bottoms with a little bit of hedgerow timbers, and that's what we were hunting.
That's what drives everyone to Kansas is you have all this open land. It goes down, bellies down into these small timbered ravines, and look out. You are in deer hunter's heaven.
And this year, when we had gone down there, we're middle of November, and the weather was not really... helping us out. We had really warm weather.
Winds,
we had cold
lightning,
weather,
thunder,
hail,
fog,
lots of fog. And
I tried to put Vicki up in a higher stand because of the lightning, but it didn't work.
Yeah, thanks. But I think it was the second day out.
Yep.
And that's when we had a really unique opportunity with my hunt. In fact, let's just show it and check it out.
Check it out. Vicki and I headed out with Rocky Outfitters and Flint Hill Adventures this past fall in Kansas. This hunt is run as a do-it-yourself style hunt, like the one we went on last year, where Vicki and I both had super hunt. And this season was no different. Yes, the weather was not what we hoped, from severe thunderstorms to high winds, and then really warm weather. You know, somebody upstairs was trying to tell us something. Kansas, known for its quality of deer, once again proved to us it's a place we want to go back to every season. With its rolling hillsides, large tracts of prairie, and lowland river bottoms, this land was created for the whitetails that call this home. And with a little know-how and luck, you just might be able to put your Kansas tag on one of their Kansas country whitetails. Even with the bad weather, we had to change our tactics and get more aggressive on our hunting setups. Due to the inconsistent weather and high winds, we moved in close to the deer, real close. And the results? Well, proof is in the pudding, and we're eating well.
Hey, believe it or not, I think Vicki and I are in the right spot at the right time. Check out the rest of her hunt.
It's November 16th, 8:20 in the morning. This morning, Ralph and I came out here. We got set up right at first light. We had a really good buck. Chasing a doe bear. I just picked up the horns. I rattled a little bit, did a couple grunt calls, and this really nice buck comes out. Chasing a doe over there. Didn't want anything to do with us because he had the real thing. They left. We're sitting here. It was clear when we came out here. There was no fog. The sky is blue up above us. The moon's right there. All of a sudden, as the sun hit the horizon, this fog rolls in, and it was thick. There he is. Okay. Go. It's a beautiful buck, like we said. He came in this morning in the fog. Just a beautiful, beautiful deer. He probably went about 70 yards, 80 yards maybe. Went a little further than I thought he would have, but he's down. My shot was right there. And we're hunting here with Flint River, Flint Hills Adventures, and Rocky Niles, Rocky Outfitters, and wow, what a beautiful Kansas buck.
That away, girl.
That was pretty exciting.
You know what's cool is, I mean, it was like the monster from the deep lagoon. It was foggy. Things were just...
it was kind of creepy out there, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
That's what it's all about.
Oh,
I mean,
that buck, he showed up out of nowhere. I mean, the fog was so thick. I mean, we couldn't see, what, 15 yards?
No.
If
and
that.
I mean, you know, what's wild is in all hunting situations, it's either capture the moment
Yep.
or see you later.
Yep, and with
And
the
I
way
give
the
you a lot
weather
of credit.
was, the way the
You
weather
made it work.
was, we made it work, and it was. I'm pretty excited. I mean, he had some pretty good time length on him
Now,
too.
remember what I'm saying is, I'm giving her credit. She made it work.
Yeah. Well, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to Galen.
Yep.
From Flint Hill Adventures, and he's gonna give a little bit of an idea of how he runs his hunts and the terrain.
Right, which is pretty cool, and it gives a better understanding of how it makes it more affordable for us, the average guy, you know, people, to go out to Kansas and these different states and hunt. Check it out.
Our hunts here in Kansas are a little different than most people's. There's a lot of guided hunts out there for 4 or 5 days. We don't think that's enough time for you, and we enjoy people having the joy of hunting. So we offer a 10-day semi-guided hunt, and by semi-guided, we're here with maps, scouting information, and backup if you need it. But pretty much you get exclusive access to your area for 10 full days. You get to hunt how you want, the way you want, and you get exclusive access to that area during that time. And you're the only archer or group of archers to hunt that area all year. We only run one bow hunt. Well, primarily we hunt the creek bottoms and timber fingers that run through the grasslands. We do hunt quite a few river bottoms. A lot of times we'll set up in the end of a finger in a funnel area as it runs down where the grass will open down into a finger area, and it funnels the deer down into it, and depending on the wind, we'll set on either side of that. And we catch the deer as they come down into their funnel areas, either into their bedding, water, or feeding area.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, I took my buck in Kansas.
Yes, you did.
And it came by and went really quick. And then the rest of the time that we were out there, we were hunting with you, trying to get you a deer.
We had great encounters.
The weather was iffy all the time for us, but we did have one unique encounter that, I mean, was a real good learning experience for us. Was that buck
The buck came across
down our trail.
Right. You know, we figured we had it. We came down. We crossed this creek where we didn't think they were crossing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And lo and behold, this buck come down wearing rubber boots, our scent lock clothing, our HS Scent-Away spray. I mean, everything.
And that buck.
You talk about a learning tool? Check this out.
Buck came right down the trail that we walked in on. Even though we have our scent lock on, we sprayed it down with our Scent-Aways. Got rubber boots on. You could get away with them hearing you, get away with them seeing you. You will never, ever get away with them smelling you. And that buck smelled something that came down that trail just recently. And we got busted.
Now that was a really unique encounter there.
I mean that you know what's crazy there, or what's great about that situation is a lot of people don't see what really happens in the wild. There is positive proof. You do everything you possibly can, but their noses, you can't beat them.
No, you can't beat them. And I mean, just to watch it because it was in the open and we could see it rather than being it in the thick brush where you couldn't see it. So we, but that was one of my favorite encounters. The next one has to be my favorite encounter.
Which one was that?
The one where that beautiful tall buck comes in and you missed.
Don't show that.
Yeah, come on, check this one out.
Change the channel. It might have ended up in Colorado or Kansas.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Ralph, what happened?
Well, Vic, you know, sometimes you just have like a window of opportunity. I mean,
window of opportunity.
A small window.
Yeah, and you hit the edge? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
I hit the framework.
You hit the framework
that
of that
branch
window?
just sent my arrow.
Okay, well, just so everyone doesn't think that you can't shoot, we're going to go into this next hunt.
You know, this next hunt is unbelievable. We talked about having it fast. Opportunities, you have to seize the moment.
Right.
Hit the horns, we're rattling, and we had one buck in the far distance, and the next thing I realized is I see this good buck running down the hedgerow along those tree line right to us, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, there's not a whole bunch of pre-roll on this buck, but it was a lot of fun.
But this is real hunting, and this is where you better be prepared for any situation at any given time. And when you're using that rattling or using your grunt call, things can happen awful quick. Check this hunt out. All right, I mean, we had no time for nothing. You know, this ain't staged. This is true hunting. He come right underneath us. I mean, almost right here at the base of that giant cottonwood. And, well, he looked and he saw us. Vicky's swinging around. She's telling me, I gotta move, so she could see the buck. So I'm leaning out. He caught the movement. He jumped, and the decoy held him. I'm running right here. He saw the decoy. He come out. He got right on this trail and went, because Vicky, we were trying to position to get him on camera. So he jumped, and here he is. What a nice widespread buck. Oh, man. What a good-looking deer. Okay.
Congratulations.
It wasn't the most picture-perfect shot, but, I mean, we were caught in the moment. Things happened so fast.
And
I come to full draw. You made me move.
Well, the thing was, the cottonwood that we were filming out of was so big that I could not film
I was
around
into the
side.
zone. I was into it.
And I ended up
just
having to
wrecked
make
me.
him move out on his tree stand a little further, and that's what happened.
You know, and the other thing is when he caught our movement, our decoy, our secret decoy, you know what I mean, ended up turning around and kept that deer from leaving, and gave me the opportunity that I needed to do.
Yeah, so we got lucky.
Oh,
I should say you got lucky.
Well,
And
I'd rather be lucky than good any time, and it was bigger than Vicky's, so hey, I had a great hunt.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Thank
It was
you.
a good time. It was a good time. We want you to remember that we're always having fun.
That's it. Keep it real. You know, forget about the record books. Forget about all the competition. Do it for the right reasons. And I'm going to tell you what, every time you go out there. Well, certain competition, don't forget about. But the thing is do it for all the right reasons and get everyone involved, because that's what this sport is all about, and this is what this sport needs to grow.
So come back next week, same time.
Same channel.
Right here on the Archer's Choice. Welcome to this week's Archer's Choice.
You know, like we said, this week we're hunting southeastern Colorado for river bottom whitetails. And you know, one of the things we want to share with you, as we always try to do, and that's being real. You know, a lot of the shows and the videos you see, you're sitting in your chair going, well, how come that don't happen to me?
Right, they're out there for a matter of one morning and all of a sudden they shoot the deer.
Boom.
It doesn't happen that way. We just don't have enough time to show you usually.
And proof's in the pudding, because this week's show, to show you what happened is we went there in October.
To Colorado,
To Colorado.
Went in October, had some great encounters, just didn't connect.
Nope. Went back in November, primetime rut.
Froze our behinds off. It was -4 before wind chills. Had some encounters, but didn't connect.
Finally went back in December and had some wonderful Christmas presents. But the thing was...
Yeah, a week before Christmas, in fact, yeah.
The thing is we want to share with you is, folks, it doesn't happen overnight. You take a lot of time and a lot of effort. And most of the people doing the shows is, boy, it takes a lot more work than you think.
And we realize that we are blessed because this is our living. This is how we make our living. And we are able to go out there 3 times to try to get our deer.
And we want to share with you some of the encounters that we had through October and November. Check this out.
This week on The Archer's Choice, we're in Colorado hunting the river-running whitetails. And believe us, they were running away from us for most of the season. Southeastern Colorado is one of our favorite spots to be in the fall, but little did we know we would be there in early fall, late fall, and, well, winter too. Yes, we were hunting with our great friend and buddy, Billy Dowen, and the deer just didn't want to cooperate for a long, long time. Hunting here is, well, great. See, what makes it so nice is when hunting the river bottoms, all the deer are funneled through small areas that allow the hunter to be in a good spot most of the time. Picture a very large tract of land with 90% of it wide open, dry country, and down along the rivers, lush feed. Good winter wheat, milo, and some corn, and a whole lot of deer. With over 5 miles of private river bottom to call your own, there's no reason why we shouldn't connect on these deer early. Or is there? Sometimes the cards we're dealt means we have to go back and back again, and maybe back one more time to try and play out the whole hand. And as usual, persistence pays off once again.
Welcome back to The Archer's Choice. Now, let's continue on with our encounters out in Colorado. Whack!
There's your book.
I'm putting my rangefinder's in there so I don't see it. Oh, good. Rangefinder's still in there. It's a good thing.
Excuse me. Forgot something.
How did I forget? I don't even see it. What are you looking at?
Going fast.
Huh? Oh, my gut call. You know, just not a good day.
Now, see, now that's pretty exciting,
I mean,
isn't it?
That's hunting.
It shows, I mean, we were out there in October, we were out there in November, and we just didn't.
Persistence pays off.
We were hunting hard too, and it was cold, and you know me, I don't go out when it's that cold.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah, trust me. But now we're going to go into December, where the weather really, the temperatures weren't as cold as they were.
It was nicer in December than it actually was in November.
It was, and so now we're going to lead into your hunt.
Yeah.
And you want to tell a little bit about that hay blind that you're sitting in?
You know what was really cool is, Billy, we watched these deer, we watched this particular buck consistently coming out with the does in the winter wheat field.
Right.
The thing was, is there was absolutely no way to put a blind that, due to the winds were just changing, it was such a weird year, we actually constructed a hay blind. The hay helped to keep the human scent, wearing our scent locks, you know, our spraying down with, you know, with our scent away sprays, but that hay actually captivated the human scent more, and it, well, yeah, baby.
Check this out. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Let's continue on with Ralph's hunt.
We got Miss Blind. Billy and I have been in here for, Lord, I couldn't tell you how long. I think we got in here a little after 2. We had some does meandering out and everything else, and finally, this 10 that we've been watching for the whole bloody season finally comes and gives me an opportunity, not at 35 yards, but about 22, 21. My beaming passed right through him. Hey, Billy. Huh. What a beautiful deer, huh?
Beautiful. He's beautiful, Ralph.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. His eye guard's got little kickers. What a magnificent old mature buck.
Congratulations.
Yeah, baby, huh?
He was a beautiful
Oh, that was a
buck.
great deer. And I
Oh,
mean,
my gosh.
you
We
talked
spent
about a month.
Almost a month out there.
on that deer.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but
baby.
he was well worth it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then you know what was crazy is you were sick, so Billy ended up filming me.
Billy was filming you, and I apologize. I wasn't there.
And I picked you a flower because you were sick. I appreciate your efforts.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Even though you called in sick again the next morning.
I was so sick. I was at the hospital getting antibiotics. That's how sick I was. I slept in Friday morning. Friday afternoon, you said, Vic, how you feeling? You want to try going out? And I said, yeah, let's give it a try. I don't know what's going to happen.
What a
but
trooper.
Check this out.
It's December 19th. It's about 45 degrees outside, a little bit warmer than that, actually. We're set up here in Colorado. The river bottom's rough. Shot a really good buck last night. I've been sick. I actually ended up going to the emergency room just to get antibiotics, but I'm hoping I can hold my cough down long enough that the deer will come by me and give me an opportunity to shoot. We'll see what happens.
Hey, welcome back. Now let's continue on with Vicky's hunt. Hi.
Those shot tags.
Oh, Lord, thank you.
Let me tell you something. This trip, we know the deer that are out here in Colorado. We know it. This is our 3rd trip back. Not everyone can do that. We know we are very fortunate and blessed that we can, and we thank that big guy up above that
he gives us opportunities like this. This is just, I was coughing all night. I've got, you guys want to know the truth? I've got snot all over my turtleneck until Ralph gave me his little HS, the little gaiter that you put around your neck. This thing is so wet right now, it's gross. Holy smokes, right?
Here comes Billy.
Okay. Beautiful time. Thank you.
Here goes Billy.
Beautiful 10 point. Look at this.
Oh.
Billy's coming right now. Come here. Look it. Look it. Mama got a deer. Huh? Look at that. Look it. What do you think? He's okay? Thank you for that good luck kiss. Thank you, buddy.
Whoa, Vic.
Huh?
I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, to think that
all
through all that coughing,
all
sneezing,
the snot.
I mean, the handkerchief I gave you and you gave it back to me was gross.
It was, I told you, I was sick. I mean, I was sick, but
I give you credit. I mean, you're a trooper, you stuck it out, and look at the reward.
oh, he was a beautiful buck. And
Great
I mean,
deer.
the footage, I mean, he's in a dark field, but it was still shooting time out there.
With no problem. You know, and that's one of the things is you have to seize the moment when you can.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Now, we want to thank Billy for having us out there again and just...
And Daryl and everybody. I mean, everyone that helped us out. And it was unbelievable. And, you know, that's what it is. It's about having memories and meeting new people and experiencing it. And trust me, we had almost a month in Colorado, and we had some unbelievable times.
We did. So remember, come back next week, same time.
Same channel.
Right here.
On the Archer's Choice.
This week on the Archer's Choice, like we said, we're back home hunting whitetails here in Illinois. And this week is pretty special. We have posse members, father and son, Randy and Josh Brander. Josh shoots his first buck ever, and Randy, his dad, is filming it for him. And then 2 weeks or so later...
Josh films his father, films Randy, shooting the biggest buck he's ever taken.
Right.
Which is so awesome to share. I mean, I'm going to tell you, it was
great.
That's what this is all about. When you can share it with the family and experience things like that, and then, what a show.
It is. It's great. And then we also have Ralph shooting his Illinois buck, too.
Big deer.
Okay, so it was a big deer. But anyways, let's get on with the show. Let's go right into Josh's hunt. Back home bucks. What can we say? When we hear about big bucks, one of the states that comes to everyone's thoughts, you guessed it, our home state of Illinois. You know what's funny? We travel all over the country in search of great hunting experiences, and we end up finding some of the best right here at home. But enough about all that. This week's show is one we're so proud to bring you. It's not about the buck that Ralph was fortunate to take. It's about the experience that a father and son shared. That means more to us than anything else. Our posse members, Josh Brander and his dad, Randy Brander, had a season that very few fathers and sons will ever have the opportunity to share, and here is their story. Randy Brander has taken the time to get his son Josh involved in many sporting activities, from high school football to wrestling, and still finding the time to keep his interests up in the outdoors. For the past few years, we have all made Josh keep his grades up to be able to come hunting with us, and through it all, he has stood strong and done a great job. And this last fall, he and his dad picked up the camera and filmed each other. Josh takes his first buck with his Hoyt bow, and Dad shoots his biggest buck to date while Josh films him. Oh, and by the way, don't think it's over then, for even though Ralph isn't saying much, he takes his second booner with his bow in 2 consecutive seasons, and all this in the wild under fair chase and self-guided. That away, guys. Maybe I can talk you all into staying around the home and hunting a little more often. That way I can stay home a bit more during hunting season and play with RJ.
I was brought up in the family of hunting, and it meant a lot to me to go out with my dad and everything, and I saw how he enjoyed it, taking me out, and how much I enjoyed it. And now I'm a little bit older, and I have my own son to take out, and it's a great feeling to take him out and see him enjoy the outdoors so much. Last year, he took his first buck, and I was out filming it, and it was great to see him take his first deer. Unbelievable. I know he was thrilled to death.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. The suspense is killing us. Let's get back to Josh's hunt.
Hunting since an early age has been incredible, keeping me off the streets, keeping me out of trouble. If I'm not at home hanging out with my friends, I'm in the woods hunting with my dad and shed hunting, and it's just been great. I'm super glad that my dad's been taking me out here.
Nail him. All right. I don't hear nothing. What do you think? Dude, it's your first buck, man.
Alright.
Good job, man. Good job. Man, look at how dark the horns are. Is the velvet still on there?
Yeah.
Folks, I'm hunting in my home state of Illinois, and I finally shot a monster buck. You read about all these guys shooting big deer. You don't have to pay for these deer. You just have to wait for these deer. I took my buck on a Saturday night, and biggest deer of my life.
Good buck, Dad.
Please don't want to leave that deer.
Big, huge.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now let's continue on with posse member Randy Brander and his big whitetail.
Is he turning this way?
No, it's walking the other way.
He's walking to the right.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good buck. Here he comes on the jack. He's jacking over here. He's jacking over here.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
We rattled that bucket all the way across the field.
Oh, congratulations,
like 5 or 6 does.
Good buck.
Rattled him in. He come about halfway across the field. He saw the decoy out here. He was coming right to it. Who says you can't fool the big guys? Man, is this a huge buck? Look at the neck on this dude. I'll tell you what, this here is my best buck.
Congratulations, Dad.
Awesome, dude. Ralph?
Hey, congrats, Randy and Josh. You guys did an awesome job. And what a great experience to be able to share that together, father and son.
You know what, Vic? I can't wait till we're sharing it with this little guy.
I know. Sooner or later. Buddy, you got a few more years before we can get you out in that tree stand, though.
Yeah, but not many, huh?
But not many. But now, let's go to Ralph's hunt
Ooh, big buck.
and
Remember
see
the big
how
buck?
he does in Illinois.
Tell him, did Daddy shoot a big buck?
You should have. Daddy shoot a big buck.
Yeah.
Just sit back and enjoy.
That deer, I've been waiting to get in this stand for a long time. That buck, we heard something around us all morning. He came right underneath. He's opened his scrape right below us in this cedar tree. It is November 9th. 8:15 in the morning. My hunting buddy, Randy, busted a monster yesterday. His son, Josh, filmed it. It was the most fulfilling thing in my heart, you know, to see a father and son like that. I can't wait till RJ and I could just do the same thing, but I just busted a monster.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. Look at the mass on this deer. Oh. You go for so long, you try so hard, and oh my God, look at the mass on this deer.
Congratulations.
Thank you, honey.
That's I mean, that's a buck of a lifetime, but yet you seem to do that 2 years in a row.
Hey, thank you, big guy.
Yeah. You've got a horseshoe. We're not sure where, but you have a horseshoe, and maybe one day I'll find that horseshoe and I'll be able to have it in the fall.
Hey, you know what's really cool is, you know, to share. I mean, what a show! You have Randy filming his son Josh on his first ever buck with his bow. Then we have Josh filming his dad
with his biggest buck ever.
And then Randy comes out the next morning and
films you.
We bring in that deer, and I mean,
yep, it was awesome, and we want to thank you all for taking the time out and to share the experiences that we have out in the woods with all of our family. And again, don't forget, come back next week right here, same time,
same channel,
right here on the Archer's Choice. Welcome to the Archer's Choice. And like we said at the beginning, we're going to hunt antelope.
Right from the ground and in the air?
Right. We've got some ground hunts going on, and we also have you shooting your antelope in New Mexico out of a windmill.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
That's why. And the first hunt, if you remember, Team Posse member, Michelle Helen from our Caribou show.
Right. You know, and what's funny is Michelle shot 2 caribou on that.
Right.
And her husband Art hasn't shot a caribou yet.
I know. I kind of like that. You know what else is kind of unique and different? Is that Michelle's antelope hunt is on film, and we don't have one for Art.
Art, what are you doing?
Let's get right into Michelle's in South Dakota. What can we say? They can see us from far away. It's like they're looking through their best set of Nikon binoculars all the time. They can stand up on a rise for hours just staring a hole right through you. Fast does not even describe these prairie grows, for there are times when you see them and then poof, they're gone. You go to draw, and the next thing you know, the dust is flying and you still haven't released. Yes, you guessed it, we are talking about the pronghorn, or commonly called antelope. These critters are fast, they can see for miles, they can even jump the fastest bow hunting setup. But they have to drink, and if you are perched up in a windmill or set up at a double bow blind or a pit blind, you just might get an opportunity at one of these prairie goes close up and quite personal.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Let's continue on with Michelle's hunt.
Well, it looked like my shot was just a little bit back, so we let him lay for a couple hours. We're keeping an eye on him out there. Starting to get a little bit dark, clouding over. We see him down out there. He's down. We're going to go out and take a look at him. Wow, he's beautiful.
Hey, Michelle, congratulations. You go, girl. And like we said, we have 4 antelope hunts this
And the next
this
one's
show.
a guy, Timmy.
That's
it's
right.
up to you, babe.
Let's get
All
at
for the
it.
guys. Go for the guys are going to do it.
Okay, that's enough.
The guys.
Let's go.
The guys. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. You go, Timmy. Yeah.
Yeah, you think he did good?
Waylaid.
You think he did good? Well, check out.
Those are
wait.
a lot tougher to get than a buck.
Yeah,
because they're
so check out what his better half Cheryl does now.
Bummer.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it's hot. We're gonna stay here till dark and hopefully we'll have one come in. It's my turn to shoot, so I'm ready to kill a big buck. We'll see. How's that, Vicki? One more for the girls. It sure is pretty.
Hey, Cheryl, congratulations. Tim, Michelle, you all did a great job.
And thanks
now,
for sharing those hunts with us.
Yeah, thanks. And now, let's go on to the last hunt of the show is Ralph's antelope hunt. So we're going to see how it goes.
Well, let's look at it, folks. It's bottom of the 9th. 2 outs.
2 outs?
2 outs. Well, it's guys against girls. Bases loaded. And old Slugger boy is up. Check it out.
Tomorrow's opening day, and we're going to try. We're doing a lot of scouting, just checking things out, and we're going to be setting up a bunch of blinds in different spots. But this windmill seems real active, and we got to sneak up here to see what's going on. Is we're trying to glass this whole day, and these guys have been here for the past few days, just trying to see, and we're getting somewhat of a pattern on a few of the tanks that they're really favoring over all the other water that's laying here. So what we're going to try to do is keep on here. We're glassing. We've got more antelope going. They're looking right at us. You know, a lot of times we try to tell you is you got to be more adaptable, and this is a situation like that. They have the blinds. Everything's established. The problem is, with all this rain, these animals are going wherever they want to. So what we've got to do is play our odds, and we're just going to glass it. Like we've always said, you know, we'd rather if you have a 7-day hunt, if you spend 1-2 days of just glassing, you'll have 5 quality days of hunting instead of 7 not so good. So we're doing what we always say we're gonna. He's coming. The sun is coming up on the horizon. We just busted a New Mexico pronghorn, and he's down right there. Yeah. Yeah, we're done. Yeah. Yeah, come and get us. All right. 2003, baby. Today's technology is incredible. You know, instead of using the radios, a lot of these outfitters have gone, if you have a cell phone, they tell you to bring it, just because it'll go out much further. You talked about a fast hunt, folks. It don't happen like this all the time. I got a New Mexico pronghorn, it's down, and we are rocking. What are you doing? What are you doing? We didn't call you. We didn't call you. We got animals coming in. That wasn't us. That wasn't you. That was us. Oh.
So was it like that pig joke you were telling us? Yeah. We got you. Well, guys, unbelievable. I mean, it just, as you can see, we've got all of our baggy loose clothes, our lightweight stuff, because we're dressed in layers. We figured it's going to be a long day. You know? Yeah. We're going to start stripping down, and pretty soon we'd be naked up, you know, but we won't go there. We saw the antelope come in, we spotted him. It was just pink light, and you could see him, and he was milling around the cattle. You know, he wasn't going through me, but he came around, and I'm glassing, and I'm like, oh no, he's coming. And we're worried about the light, and Vicky's, you know, like, oh yeah, we're rocking. Oh, he went little. What a beautiful animal.
Oh man, nice. Trophy with the bow.
Look at that, huh? You know, what's funny is people call them antelope, and they're really not an antelope, it's a pronghorn.
Yeah, right.
But who cares? Look at this, he had a little bit of a kicker here. Wow. What a beautiful animal. Thank you, big guy. Thanks, Travis. Thanks, Adrian. Unbelievable. Wow.
Hey, congratulations.
Thanks,
you did a good job.
I mean, you know.
We had to be adaptable.
And
you
that's
know.
it, you know, and that's one of the things is because of the blinds that were set up that wasn't happening, you know, the cattle, the rancher moved the cattle in. So what we did is, you know, we had our HS netting, which I want to tell you something, folks, is a great tip to remember, and that is it doesn't weigh nothing. It doesn't take up any room.
Package of that burlap and you're done.
And just always bring it. Bring a set of that because you never know when you can use a portable blind like that. And I mean, it paid off.
Right.
Look what
we
happened.
had to be adaptable. So, and it worked.
For sure.
It worked.
For
well,
sure.
Congratulations again. I'm happy. We
Yeah,
want to
we did
thank
it.
Michelle and Cheryl and Tim also for sharing their hunts with us and
Absolutely.
you. And we also want to remind you to stay tuned to come back next week, same time,
same channel,
right here on the Archer's Choice. Welcome to the Archer's Choice. This week, we're moose hunting up with Fern and Cache Boy Outpost. And I finally got my moose.
She did it! Listen to the crowd roar. Unbelievable.
I know.
The Vixter finally put one down.
I know.
Listen to
And
the
I was
crowd.
pretty darn excited too. But you guys will check that out in a little bit.
You know, we want to share with you why we do what we do. And especially when you experience the same things that we do on the camera is, folks, you've got to see why we love moose hunting, and especially moose hunting up there with Fern, because during the rut, oh, it is prime time action. Check it out.
What can we say? But it seems every fall we travel up to Atikokan, Ontario to hunt and share some great times with our dear friends Fern and Martha Duquette from Cache Boy Outpost. There is something mystical about being up in the Canadian timber in the fall. The fog creeps in and it takes your mind on a whirlwind of thoughts. The loon calls from a distant lake and the ducks are flying in search of a good lake to land on. The northern air chills your spine to the point of no return, and the emotions run, for you never know when that bull is going to answer the mating call of the cow. He could sneak in not making a sound, or it's like a freight train coming through to pounce on his expecting girlfriend. Whatever the case, you best be ready, for if you have never drawn down on a bull moose with your Hoyt bow, you have an adrenaline rush like nothing else has ever given you. This week's show was, and will always be one of our all-time favorites. Why, you might ask? You got to see it to believe it. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe she's not ready yet. They're making all this noise. I think she's trying to get away from him. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, we want to share with you some footage that, well, sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't.
That's what moose hunting is all about.
He's turning.
He got on the downwind side of us. There wasn't anything we could do.
To call moose, what I do is I imitate the cow calling the bull. A lot of people might just challenge a bull, and that's the game they play, and that's okay. That might work well for them. I have a lot of good action and success by just imitating the cow, and that's pretty well all I do. I stick with it until the bull comes in. Every caller, every guide will have a little bit of a different call, but so do the moose. So it's not overly important to be exactly the way the guy sounded on one tape or another or the next guide. Do what feels right for you, and eventually you're going to hear cows calling when you're out on your location where you're hunting from, and try to imitate that. Try to do as close to a call as the cow is doing, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll try to demonstrate what I do. It's not the only way. Now that's the cow calling the bull, the way I hear it and the way I do it, and it works quite well. Now I'm going to try a challenge call. Sometimes the bull might lose interest. You might have a cow with them, and you've got to try something. And even though it doesn't work as well for me as it might for other people, there are times when I think I've got to try it, and sometimes it works. Might have an antler from a moose, scrape a tree, crack some sticks, real heavy, big sticks, make as much noise as you can with breaking them. And I'd move away from the cow a little bit, and then also make a sound that would be something like this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when that bull's leaving, you might as well try it.
One of the main reasons we like going back up with Fern and Martha, you know, at Cashabowie, with everybody. you know, Donnie and Jim. It's just, they're into it. You know what I mean?
Oh, and they're just such great people, and it's so much fun, and of course the moose helps.
Oh, lots of moose, eh?
Yeah, lots of moose, eh?
Moose, eh?
Yeah.
You know, well, listen, let's not waste any time. Let's get back to Vicky's hunting. Well, see the Vicster put the hurt on this big bull.
I guess the saying around here is, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. This morning it was really windy and rainy. We couldn't get out with the camera gear and everything. We waited this afternoon. We have scattered snow showers and scattered sun showers, so we were in the canoe coming here. It was snowing like this. We turned a bend in the river, and it was beautiful, sunny and calm. We get set up, and the snow comes again, but I see blue sky around the corner again, so we'll just wait and see what happens. Maybe the moose like to move in this stuff.
You got your bull. Burn.
He's down! Guys, he's down! Oh my God. Wow! Oh my God.
Let's get back to Vicky's hunt.
I started
started crying. I can't believe it. Oh my God. You guys,
Did you see the one I almost got?
it's the same one. He came back around. He came through my first, he got behind the first shooting lane, and he never came to the second shooting lane, and I'm like, oh, he's going for my, did you guys see him coming?
Well, I drew back on him.
Yeah.
I was this close, and then he just went in the woods.
Well, yeah, and then he came out, and he ran through that first shooting lane here, so I was like, I drew back, and he went behind the second shooting lane, and he took off, and then you just kept calling, and we heard him coming again here. Let's go back, come here. So then we heard him again over here, and Ralph goes, he's coming this way. He started coming this way, and he saw, I think he saw this decoy this time. He started grunting, and I thought he was gonna come out further. So I'm like thinking 30 yards, 30 yards, 30 yards, 30 yards. And he walked the brush in, like he was coming closer. I don't think my shot was 20 yards.
Oh no?
And my arrow went right through him. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. My arrow went right through him. And I'm like, and I start breathing really heavy, and it probably sounds hysterical on the camera. Oh, I nailed it.
Go on, guys.
Oh.
Hey, this is to share it with everybody.
Oh, he's huge. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I put this down. I guess you couldn't ask for a better shot, huh? Oh my goodness. Look at this. My first bull moose. I've been on hunts here now. Every year we get a moose or two, but for some reason I've never been able to kind of get rid of that monkey off my back after I missed that one. and now I didn't miss. And I finally got my bull, and I can't believe it. I said, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is really exciting. And once again, of course, we're up here with Cashboy Outpost and Fern Duquette and Martha Duquette, of course. And oh, I finally got a bull. Been trying for a bull, a moose, or a bull elk, and can never get one. And I finally got my moose, and I can't believe it. Oh, and I told RJ that today. I told him, I said, you want mom to bring you home a moose? And he said, yeah. So tonight was the night. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Well, as usual, Fern, Martha, Jim, Donnie, Carol, Cassia Bowie.
Don't forget Josh.
Oh, and Josh, and Alan, and anyone else who helped us or carries our stuff or whatever the hell it means. All of you are number one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh.
Unbelievable. Fern, you called this guy in. Martha almost got him. He just, I don't know, for what reason. And then he hooked around and he walked all the way around. And I'm thinking he wanted to maybe come and get on the downwind side of everything, you know what I mean? Of everything. And everybody was set up in a perfect situation. Vicki shooting her Hoyt Razor Tech.
Set 57 pounds.
A Razor back 100 zapped right through this guy,
Right
and he went
through
down
him.
in less than 20 yards.
Unbelievable. My first bull moose.
Let me tell you, we've said it before, we'll say it again. Once you release the arrow on that bull moose, the fun stops. Awesome.
Stop. Vic, congratulations.
Thanks.
That was
I
super,
finally
honey.
got a
I'm
moose.
telling you.
Oh man,
But
I was so pumped. I was so
let's
excited.
replay this little. Wow. I mean, were you like a ninja guy or what?
It was
that is
adrenaline.
so
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
You had a sharp new archery. I mean, that was
I know,
a
it was a
Razorback.
Razorback, yeah.
You know,
Did you see the penetration? I got him?
Penetration. Let me show you, folks. Let me show you the shirt I was wearing when I was filming her. This was a perfectly fine shirt until the Vicster started waving that broadhead around.
Okay,
And,
I
mean,
might not have been you know, practicing safe broadhead techniques.
Yes, we need to talk about practicing.
But I went to
safe
grab
broad-
another arrow because he stopped. I was going to put a
Honey,
second
I know
arrow
you
in him, but
grabbed
then
that
all of
other
a sudden
arrow.
he fell backwards and all heck broke loose.
Note, when you shoot an animal and the animal goes down, make sure you stick that sharp broadhead back in the quiver, because this can be dangerous to you.
Thanks, honey. Thanks. It was adrenaline. It happens. Well, we hope you enjoyed this week's show and all the adrenaline and razorback flying.
Absolutely. And all the stitches and scars that almost came to my body.
Yeah. Well, remember, we want to see you back here next week, same time,
Same channel.
right here on the Archer's Choice.
This week on the Archer's Choice, we're heading north, northern Wisconsin that is, with White Tines Guide Service, Ray Klisch. You know, Ray's been really producing for us, you know, and every time we go up there, boy, we're into deer. And posse members Jess Motes and Art Helen.
Art?
Can you?
Art?
I can't.
Art got something on film?
Artie, you got something on film. Oh!
Hey, I'm impressed. And they both did really good up there.
They did. They really did.
But before we go up to Wisconsin, we want to go to Ohio with posse member Chad Crahill. His son, Cullen, takes a nice doe with a 10-point crossbow.
You know, and that's what's cool about this is we've had, this past year, you know, we've had Randy and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Chad and his boys. I mean, this, folks, we can't stress this enough, and that is get involved with the kids, because the kids are our future. And if we don't take the time to take them out hunting, who's gonna?
Check out his hunt. What can we say? This has been a great season. And this week, we're going to follow posse member Chad Crahill as he takes his son Cullen out deer hunting with his 10-point crossbow. You get to watch as he gets hooked to severe whitetail disorders at the right age, early. Then Jess and Art are going to take us up to White Tines Guide Service with Ray Klisch, up in the northern Wisconsin, to experience a true deep northern adventure. Ray knows his deer and has been bow hunting for more years than he wants to let anyone know. You can't beat the personal service and expertise that you get when you go with Ray. And if you're smart enough to listen, you just might learn a few great tips and secrets that has made Ray a top bow hunter in this great northern land. The area is deep timber with swamps and waterways slicing through the terrain. And knowing the right spot to hang your stand is why we go with the master of the great northern timbered whitetails.
Look what I got you.
Look, I got you. Okay. Okay, let's continue on with Cullen's hunt. Thanks. way up ours.
Alright, we're running out of light. This is the first doe I've shot this season with a bow. Actually, first deer I've shot all season. First deer I ever killed with a bow. I'm happy.
Hey, Cullen, congratulations. That was awesome. And Chad, thank you so much for taking the time out and taking him out hunting.
You know, that's the future, and that's what's going to save our sport, and that is the parents taking the time out to get these kids involved and involved at an early age. You know, you got to realize that sometimes you plant that seed, and as they start to grow and, you know, the guys chase the girls and the girls chase the guys, you lose them, but they will come back, and that's right. That's our future.
That's right. And now we want to go to Wisconsin with Ray Klisch and White Tines Guide Service with posse member Jess Motes.
And Jess is on an early season deer hunt, and wait till you see this hunt. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Let's continue Jess's hunt. She shot.
think I got him, Art. Hey, man, we're with Ray Krish up here in Wisconsin, White Times Outfitters. I'll tell you what, it's great. Deer everywhere.
I shot a nice 10-point,
Really?
Ray. Nice 10-point.
Way to go there, way to go, way to go.
Sorry it was so late, but we're just kind of checking for a little bit of blood. We got a start of a blood right here.
I caught you a little late, so that's why I come with the four-wheeler and lantern. And
Oh, it's great. We had
That's
deer
good.
all over us, man. All over. Woo! It's kind of woolly back here. Boy, look at that beautiful cape on that short here, early season buck. This is beautiful, beautiful cape. Yeah. Jess, that's a nice deer. That's a beautiful deer. Ray, that's a nice deer. Great hunt. I mean, we've seen so many deer. Unbelievable how many deer you got running through these what do you call it, the north woods of Wisconsin? There's some good ones here. They travel a lot, but when you find them, they're nice. There's some nice deer. This is a dandy. Nice, sharp, high tines. Not real high, but really nice, pointed. It's beautiful looking buck. Beautiful looking buck.
Hey, Jess, congratulations.
Head away, buddy. You know, finally, thanks to Ray, we got Jess on camera
Shooting a deer. Finally. And you know who else we had forever trouble trying to get just any animal on film?
There's only one I could think of.
Artie.
Artie. You know what, though? But, hey, he did it. And thanks to Michelle, his wife.
The reliable one, the one that does filming and shoots animals on film.
Yep, and you know, folks, we kid Art a lot, but I'm going to tell you he's a great guy. Check this hunt out, back up with Ray Klisch.
It's November 10th. We're up here with Ray Klisch. It's early in the morning. It's right during the rut. Doing some rattling and grunting this morning. Had a nice little 6-point come out of this tag elders and stuff behind us out of the swamp. Come right up, hit our scent line, come right into us. Just a little bit bigger. It's a good deer. A lot of fun.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. Now, let's continue on hunting with posse member Art Helen.
It's been incredible here. We've seen a few real good bucks. Ruts going. This morning these does come through. This buck come through following them. He caught us right here. Went out, stopped, gave me the shot.
2.5-year-old deer up here in the Northwoods. Just, and see, it's all busted up, right in a rut. They've been fighting. Been a good deer if he had all his points. G4s or G3s broke here. G2s busted off here. 8 point, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Good deer.
Congratulations, Art. We're so
You go,
proud
boy.
of you.
Oh,
Woo,
yeah.
woo, woo. Hey, Michelle, thanks for filming.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet you. I'd like to be like a little pine squirrel up there. Listen to them two, huh?
Oh, my gosh, the chatter
you
between the two of them.
No, yeah, okay. No, that's...
Hey, in all honesty, Art, we love you to death, and thanks so much for letting us use that and share that footage.
Absolutely. You know, folks, as you know, we run April through September every year. Well, we've got a little surprise for you.
Yeah, it's called 52 Weeks.
That's right. Next season, 2005, you're going to be able to watch Archer's Choice for 52 weeks.
That's 52 weeks of me beating up on Ralph.
I never thought of it that way. That ain't too cool.
Oh, I've thought about it. Oh, I've had dreams about it.
Huh.
I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Hey, with all the kidding aside, we want to thank all the sponsors, for without their support, Archer's Choice wouldn't be happening.
Right, and we want to thank you, the viewers, for all the emails and the calls and just your support helping us out.
That's right.
And our posse members.
All the posse members. And folks, the big guy upstairs. Because without all that, none of this would be possible. And if we're going to leave you with one thing, we'd like to leave you with this, that it doesn't matter with what we hunt. We're all sportsmen and women, and we all need to stick together, whether it's a compound, a recurve, a longbow, or a crossbow, whether it's an inline muzzleloader or a flintlock. Could be that you hunt over bait, or maybe not. Maybe you hunt with dogs. Whichever it is, if it's legal in your state, your country, or the province that you hunt, let's stop fighting amongst ourselves. And it's not really for us.
No, it's for the kids.
The kids
for
are
the
our future. So let's stand together. Let's stand strong and go against any of these people who believe that we're doing something wrong, because, folks, we ain't.
So remember, come back next week, same time.
Same channel.
Right here
on the Archer's Choice.